speaking of music, though, Eddie,
That's
welcome
me.
to the show.
Thank you.
For everybody else listening to the High Expectations podcast, the one and only podcast where your hosts are just as high as your expectations and everything is good. But we're here with XL, aka Eddie, aka Big Chungus. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man. Just two things real quick I want to say, man. Thank you for having me here, and I love what you guys are doing, man. I've seen a few of the episodes, bro, and I dig it, man. Like, you guys get in there,
Appreciate
and the conversations just keep flowing, man. It's cool, man.
Hell yeah,
I'm glad you guys are doing this.
Thanks, bro. We appreciate you coming on. I do have to ask, you were telling me a little bit before we got on air, the Big Chungus thing. So do you want to, you told me it comes from the song.
Yeah.
How does it derive? You know, where's that really come from?
So I don't know if you guys ever seen the video of where a Big Chungus is presented for the first time, but somebody tries to sell fake games to GameStop.
Okay.
And one of the games, his name was Big Chungus, and all it was is a fat Bugs Bunny.
So,
yeah.
So in a sense, that's how you identify.
A little bit, yeah, pretty much. But I remember, like, at my house, you know, all the people I live with are musicians as well. And it was just one of those days that the homie was sober and they were making music. And I was kind of buzzed. You know, I came home and I was already buzzed. And they're like, hey, man, you want to get on this song? I'm like, yeah. And for whatever reason, Big Chungus came to mind. And that's how I started out the song. Or at least my verse, I said, Big Chungus, humongous, you know.
Hell yeah.
And it's kind of funny. Like, by the way, you guys should check out the album when you guys can.
Plug it, bro. Plug it. What's it called?
So it's under the Spotify on Wasteland Presents Distant Brothers. So if you guys go to Wasteland on Spotify, you guys can check that out.
Do you guys have a YouTube?
We do. We have a website that links everything. Wastelandrecords.com. It links our YouTube. It links our Instagram. It links our Twitch, our Facebook, everything. So.
Okay. I don't know if we can do the website, but we can definitely plug the YouTube.
Hey.
I always do this. Look, people that can't see the video, I'm sorry, but I have to show these guys something for a second. In my videos, I always do like, I'll put this right up here and it's always on the wrong fucking side. Like,
really?
Because I think it's supposed to be over there. Like, so if I was like, all right, we're going to put it right here. And then in the video, it'd be over there.
It might be right here.
So
guys.
you guys
Check
will
it
see.
out here.
It's somewhere up here. But
we're gonna actually add it this time.
Yeah,
because,
we will.
Because we're gonna actually not release this episode until next Thursday, just because I'm gonna be gone tonight.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But yeah,
that's fine.
So a week from today, it'll be released.
Hell yeah.
So we'll have time, and it'll actually be there this time for the first time ever.
Right, here or there, here or there.
These places.
Okay. It's so.
Sorry, real quick. So when you go to Spotify, do you type in Wasteland completely, or is it the
so
WSTLND?
Yeah, WSTLND.
Okay.
Yeah. So just type that in. We should be the first ones to pop up. I don't think there's anybody else that goes by that name.
No. When you type that in, it comes up. I just want to make sure people do that because that's what I do when I look it up. Yeah. Okay.
So you can find us, like I said, on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever.
Hell yeah.
I got something for you guys actually.
Oh shit! Another first.
Oh my gosh.
Two firsts and
nobody's
like
ever brought us gifts.
I got a face mask and some pins and stickers for you guys, bro.
This is legit. Yeah. This is crazy.
I'm about to wear this on the trip home.
Yeah.
I need a mask for the airport.
Eddie, you just snapped, bro. Wow.
Bro, we got two firsts.
This is
and like,
sick.
No, this is badass.
Oh, wow. I'm stupid. I have fucking headphones on my ears. I just went like this. And
I was
okay,
so attached to the sticker and the mask. The pins will come back.
But yes,
these are sick.
Fuck yeah, I'm glad you guys like it.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to like show these to the camera.
Where's my laptop? Oh, it's back there.
These are sick.
I'll put them on after.
Fuck, Eddie. When did you guys get these made?
So,
we're gonna shout out this. This is the
Go ahead. Hey, if you want to pick them up and show them while you talk about it, go ahead.
So Wasteland stickers, we got these a few years ago. This was probably our first run at stickers as far as Wasteland goes. And this is the record label mainly. Hustlers. So a few years ago, I helped throw an event called the Dope Exchange.
Yeah.
And we shut down a whole street, and we had a bunch of vendors and musicians perform, and we had all kinds of different things. You know, we had food, we had art. But this is where this sticker comes from. All Greens Media. So this is still an experiment that we're trying to find out where it's going really.
Okay.
But we have an Instagram, and
so is it all the same guys like working on these things, or is it
pretty much, man? Like it's a so all the people from Wasteland I pretty much grew up with. We're all friends, and we happen.
How many of you guys are there?
There's 12 of us.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
So the modern day Wu-Tang.
pretty much. That's what, and it's ironic. It's a
I
lot of
love
people
that.
compare us to the modern day Wu-Tang, but all of us are, have our hands in different pots. So this is me and my homie JY, and what we do. We're still trying to figure out exactly what we do, but we're trying to get sponsored. We're trying to not spend so much money on fucking smoking weed and
Hell
wax and shit like that. So, and we do little just funny clips of us smoking, shouting out other dispensaries and Dr. Reefer and things alike.
Hell yeah.
So
Dude,
I was about to say, I haven't been trying to
awesome.
like rush anything for sure, but definitely in the back of my mind this entire time, we're gonna do some sort of collaboration, YouTube
Dude,
videos, work together.
I'm so with it, bro.
Yeah, these are fucking dope. All right, Eddie. Well, you might have just climbed to the top of the leaderboards as far as guests go.
Yeah, no, for
what's up?
sure.
Because nobody's
Run them
ever
views up.
nobody's ever brought us
Run,
gifts.
run them views up, man. Let's go.
Sure. Do you guys sell merch too on your website and everything?
Donny, we
We
made
do.
it big time, bro. Donny's got the merch on, and Eddie just brought us gifts, bro.
Damn.
We're the #1 podcast in the world.
We're
Man,
about to be,
we're
yeah.
making it big. High expectations,
This
baby.
is the #1 podcast in the entire world.
We are working
Ask your
on
friends
merch.
in Dubai.
right. Check it out, Dubai.
Ask my friends in Dubai.
Okay,
I don't
big
have any,
flexer.
man.
Donny,
Dude, I
Donny's like, all my homies only go to Dubai.
I think I have some Twitter. I follow some people on Twitter that live in Dubai.
Dude, I don't follow. Maybe some crypto guy or something.
Yeah, no, that's
but,
it. There's a couple crypto people
I
that
was
live in
gonna say, I
Dubai.
don't know if I know many people in Dubai.
So, if people are going to look up Wasteland, right?
Yeah.
And they're crunched for time, but they're trying to check it out, right? And they just watch this podcast, like, all right, I want to go check this guy out, right? What song should they listen to, or what video should they watch?
So we released a lyric video for the song that I was talking about, the Big Chungus one, but the song's called "I Got a Bag,"
Okay.
and we just released a lyric video, and it's on YouTube as well. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. We need to put it up on Instagram. That's something we should do. But yeah, if you can look up "I Got a Bag" by Wasteland Records, you should be able to find "I Got a Bag."
I'm gonna
video.
low key try and play a
Okay.
little bit of it because now that you say that, I did listen to that song and I do fuck with it.
Play
See,
it,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
play it.
just
We can might as
vibes,
well.
like.
Is it
You
all
know-
12 of you guys on every song?
No, and that's
right?
the crazy
Okay.
thing. Yeah, like that album in particular is just 4 of us,
Okay.
and that's why it's Wasteland Records presents Distant Brothers, and that's mainly the 4 of us: me, my homie JY, Insight, and Here's Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all in that album, and not all 4 of us are in every song. So it's just a project that all 4 of us made.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I look, you love rap music like that, where it's like a project I could compare that to. I haven't listened to the project yet, but a project I can compare it to structure wise is like the Dreamville project,
Yeah,
almost, where
dude.
they have so many fucking people on it,
Exactly.
but not everybody's on every song.
Before we dive into this, I don't want to just randomly talk about a different album, but I don't know how I missed this in the past. You released it sometime in 2020. It was Full Squouse.
Yeah.
That's like a Full House squad joke,
And
right?
That's
straight up.
exactly it. Bro. So if you look at the album cover, we're all dressed as 90s too.
Yeah,
bro.
no, it looks
Yeah,
like the Full House cover.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
so
what
that's what
I
we were
thought.
aiming for. Yeah, and we dropped a previous album before that called Animal Squouse. So we're trying to just kind of take ideas from shows and movies and stuff like that. Whatever fits the genre. Like we're thinking about calling the album Last Squouse on the Left, but I never watched the movie. But apparently it's about like rape and like a bunch
Oh,
of crazy
shit.
shit.
Oh, no,
yeah,
I
and
was
I don't
I've
want to
never
go
seen the
after
movie.
that.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen the
but I
movie.
definitely
Try
don't
to
want our
typically
album.
steer clear of rape.
Exactly, bro, and especially
Good rule of thumb.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, dude. And especially we're just trying to rap. We're not fucking doing anything else besides that.
Yeah, all
Well,
right, I'm gonna
as
play.
far as the Wasteland Records, but go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just gonna play this song real quick. I don't want to fast forward any of it.
That's it.
Dude, right off the bat, bro, vibing. Right off
Okay.
the bat. No, seriously, I loved it.
I'm big on the beats.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is a sample we took from a Spanish song.
it's like
Okay.
yeah.
How do you guys get your beats?
So the homie JY is the producer,
Okay.
but we do get different ideas. Like I said, I found the sample because I speak Spanish, so I found a sample and just listening to music in Spanish, and I was like, dude, this would be perfect, and it would get slowed down and sample, put some fucking drums and shit, and that's exactly what the homie JY did. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. What happened to it? Donny?
oh, the song. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about you guys. I just paused it. So I was gonna listen to the lyrics in between you guys' conversation.
Oh, you can just let it play in the back, you conversate over it.
Out monocle to keep that eye private. The other one a spy survivor on the island when departing with the bag. It's a bison. Also,
Yeah, the song's about getting the bag.
Is there 4 of you or 5 of you in the song?
There's 4 of us.
That's what I was
When
gonna
do you
say.
come in?
I'm very last.
Okay. Bringing it up in the end. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just having fun with it.
Hell yeah.
Reverse this out of a hole just like a fart is gas. Me and T Wood, that's apartment. Oh shit. I got a bag.
I got a bag.
Hey, yo.
That's what I'm saying. I just
a
bumped
hit.
this like 3 or 4 times. I do remember this
Yeah,
now.
this
I don't know
shit
how I
hits.
forgot I listened to this. Yeah.
So I'm saying, check out that album, man. When you
Hey
guys
man,
can.
I'm a big music critic, you know. I can only listen to certain stuff, but this is definitely hitting.
See, this almost sounds like you.
That's the homie insight.
It
Nah.
almost sounds like you. It almost sounds like it could be you, actually.
Yeah, I've got that a few times, dude.
What do you guys record at?
At the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. The homie, we have everything
So
set
you
up. We
guys
have
mix and master
microphones.
everything in
Yeah,
house.
my homie JY went to school for engineering and everything, you know, and he has a setup. He has a Mac. He has microphones. We have everything over there, you know. And we have multiple people that actually have a few studios, so we have options.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
But we recorded this one specifically at the house.
Hey, that's what's up.
But this is the homie JY.
You wouldn't even be able to tell that you guys recorded in this in the house either, you know.
That's good.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, straight up.
But you know, it's a vibe.
No, straight up. I love it. And it's not that just like classic, like heavy banger, like in your face music. Like it's a super catchy, chill, laid back
Yeah.
beat.
The
Like,
sample really comes in hard.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
The sample is really
that
like bringing it all together.
I'm terrible with instruments, but like the saxophone, the whatever, or
Yeah,
the is that a saxophone?
I
I
want to
think
say
it's,
trumpet.
I think it's,
Trumpet?
I think
A
it's a
trumpet?
trumpet.
Oh,
Whatever. That is fucking. I dig that.
There's a saxophone.
Big Chungus.
Girls love this, like produce. I bag 'em, outlandish, not average. Big chillin', I'm killing.
I was just having fun with this.
I like it.
I'm super, no duper. Fucking past, I'm the future. I got a bag.
See, but like to me, like that's just like you guys all just had like the perfect flow to this type
Yeah.
of beat. Like it wasn't a step up and drop your best freestyle and murder
Nah,
this beat.
dude.
Like
We're
that's
gonna
not what
we're
it
gonna
was.
have to
It
do
was
like a 30-person Vegas like rap cipher,
Bro, I know enough rappers.
right? I know a good amount of rappers.
I know
I'll do a
enough
verse.
people.
I'm just kidding. I'll do a line.
Bro, you have to. Bro,
I
if
can't
we're
do a
doing a
verse.
cipher, you have to at least freestyle. Like
No,
you
what?
can't be scared to freestyle. You know,
I'm not
'cause-
scared to freestyle. I just know.
No, I'm not
work.
saying you, but there's a
No,
lot
yeah.
of people that are scared to freestyle. But it's like at the end of the day, it's a freestyle, bro. You're
Yeah.
gonna just say
Yeah.
whatever the fuck
Dude,
comes to your head
I
and
mean,
hope
if
it
you're-
works out.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely freestyle when I'm messing around with friends and like we're making joke songs, but like I don't rap or I don't pursue rap at all, and like I know I'm not good at it. Like I could write poetry, so I guess I could technically write rap, but like
I have a rap alter
not
ego.
freestyle.
My trap rapper alter ego. His name is
Trapper.
Lil Doty. He was
Okay.
born in about 2016. When Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi were really coming up, Lil Boat,
Okay.
and I
Lil
was
Boat.
like, you know, Lil Doty, Lil Dope, you know, that works too. Lil
Do you
Doty
have-
Dope.
Do you have any music?
I have
recorded or
music.
any-
I
or
have
do you
music
it
on
out?
SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud. You
On
can listen to
SoundCloud?
it, but it's all
Okay.
shit I made in my house, like not knowing anything. Like it's really not quality wise good. And I definitely could make something better today if I really wanted to. But like I was saying before this, it's just there's so many people that are really phenomenal at music, you know, and I think I could fuck around and probably drop an album and like people will be like, oh yeah, Jake, good job. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna ever be competing with the Kendrick Lamars and the J.
Dude,
Coles and the Chances and the fucking Drakes. That guy doesn't fucking miss apparently.
No,
Like,
yeah,
what's up
bro.
with that
I know, bro.
shit?
I thought Drake was gonna, die off like maybe like 5 years ago.
I was,
And I keep saying, I was like, Drake, that's it for him. That's it for him. And bro,
he
album
keeps
after
coming.
album,
He keeps coming.
gold after gold, dude.
And he's
that's-
the
Okay.
he is the GOAT,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
man.
and he's the same type where he can just do
He's
all
the
types of
fucking goat.
style. Like
I
that's
still
the
say
problem with
I
certain
still say
people.
Kendrick's the GOAT of
Okay,
music, but Drake is the most consistent artist that has ever probably lived.
I'll say I think Kendrick is the GOAT as far as rap.
Easy.
I don't know about music. I feel like Drake is dude. What is that? 15 years that he's
Yeah,
been reigning, dude.
but when
Like,
they
that's
went head to
unstoppable.
head,
That's crazy.
Kendrick did take him out.
And Kendrick will like piece him apart
for sure. Same thing though, but to me, like rapping, a rapper versus an artist, like a rapper's for sure an artist, like hands down.
Yeah.
But to me, like you can still technically like differentiate between the two. Like to me, Drake is a really amazing artist.
Yeah,
He's an okay, good rapper.
yeah,
Yeah,
He's a good rapper. I shouldn't say he's
100%.
okay, but he's a good rapper. But he's a way better just musical artist.
yeah. But even on Damn, Kendrick, I'm a big Kendrick advocate, and these are the points I'm gonna bring up right now, and I know you respect this. Kendrick even showed up on Damn with some more popish music.
No, for sure.
Getting into Drake's sphere. Love? What?
Oh, dude, I
What?
love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
The song with Rihanna? Loyalty? Like that man.
No,
went
and I will agree with you.
nuts.
There's not a Kendrick Lamar song that I don't like. Like I
Yeah.
love Kendrick
So
Lamar.
the way
but-
I see Kendrick Lamar, man, especially with his albums, he it's like a a piece of art, like a complete piece of
Yeah,
art, man.
he's
Like
nuts.
there's nothing this man doesn't lack. Like
Yeah.
like he thinks about it from top to bottom, and you can almost see it, bro. And it's crazy, you know. Like Drake puts out great albums. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as artistic as fucking Kendrick, dude.
It's not as
Kendrick,
it's not as tedious.
yeah, dude. Like I could tell this man probably takes his time picking where each song goes.
Yeah, he says. Well,
Yeah.
he says it takes him so long to like, even once he's done writing it and everything. He says after that it still takes forever. But like what he was talking about now is like, because everybody's expecting a new Kendrick album soon. But to be honest with you, I don't think we're getting one for 2-3
Dude,
years.
I need a Kendrick album
Because he makes it a point to make all his albums like better, you know,
Yeah,
in his
no,
head. They
yeah.
have to be better than
Damn
his
was
last
great.
one. And it's like he's dropped so many fucking masterpieces at this point. He's probably sitting there like, obviously I'm not him, but he's probably sitting there like, what else can I fucking do? You know,
Yeah.
like, because he doesn't want to just come out and like do some shit that's like mediocre, you know, like it's gonna be good, but
course.
like it's hard. He set the bar so high for himself, you know, that it's like it's hard to surpass it.
But when's the last time he dropped an album, bro? I just feel like
Damn was 2016 or
I feel
2017.
like he's got something in the works ready to go. I think he's either gonna drop it right when he's able to go on tour or start his tour, or start
would be
going on
smart,
tour
dude.
and then
That would be
drop it in the
smart.
middle of his tour.
That's true.
It's like that's what I've noticed, at least with like Wiz Khalifa. Anytime he's dropping a new album, it's always sometime during his tour.
Yeah.
And then they'll like preview and play songs that have never been heard before on the album. And it's like a few weeks before they actually drop the song or
The
drop
only
the album.
problem is there's so many people from TDE that haven't dropped
yeah.
since Kendrick's dropped. So I think they have to drop before. They don't have to drop before him because obviously he's Kendrick. And if he tells Top Dog like, yo, I'm done, like, and Top Dog says, okay, bet, let's get it out there,
Yeah.
you know, then it's gonna go. But I mean, we still have an Isaiah Rashad project that's supposed to be coming out. We haven't
he's
heard.
dope.
We haven't heard from.
Yeah.
I mean, Reason just dropped, and that was the first time we heard from Ab Soul in like God knows how long, you know. So where's the Ab Soul project is what I kind of been waiting on. You know, we have who else is on TDE? You got Sir,
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy. Yeah, Schoolboy dropped Blank Face, right? No, that was is that what the last one's called?
Dude, I really don't follow music like I used to.
See, I know rappers, but like I don't know like to the extent. Like I can talk about like if Schoolboy, TDE, that's like right up my alley. You know what I mean? But if we
Yeah.
I
start
don't
talking
even know
about
what
like
TDE is, to be completely honest with you.
Top Dog Entertainment,
There you go. So
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It's just a record label.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figured,
it's
but yeah, I
Kendrick's,
didn't know what it
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Absol. Who else? J Rock.
J Rock, yeah, J Rock is. See, yeah, all
Is
those
SZA
guys
still
are.
part of TDE?
Who?
SZA?
Yeah, she is.
Damn.
She
Okay.
is on TDE. You know, now it's kind of like you got TDE and you got Dreamville, and those are like the two.
Yeah.
Dude, Dreamville's killing it. I don't listen to the radio a lot, but I was listening yesterday because my phone died, and I heard a fucking Earth Gang song, and I was like, "What? Earth Gang's on the
Yeah.
radio now, dude?"
Earth Gang's going nuts.
Dude,
like,
I
Top
love
Down.
Earth Gang, bro.
You gotta, Donny. You'd like Earth Gang.
I was about to say, I don't
Because
even know
the
that
song,
is.
the song that we just played of theirs, like that vibe, it's kind
It's
of like,
like
a Earth,
that?
it's like an
Okay.
Earth Gang
So
vibe-ish thing.
I was just gonna bring up. Have you guys seen the Life is Beautiful lineup just got released?
I
today?
just saw
No.
it today. It was
Yeah.
actually pretty good. I would go.
So yeah, dude, it's not amazing. I expected them to do a little bit better because concerts haven't been around for a little bit.
Right.
But Earth Gang's gonna be there. JID's gonna be there. Who else? Ludacris is gonna be there.
Okay.
There's a few rappers that are gonna be there that are pretty cool.
A$AP Rocky, yeah,
A$AP
that was the
Rocky. I
one,
was trying to
yeah.
remember.
I
I'm
saw
like,
A$AP
and then there's like
Rocky
a-
perform.
There's
That was really
It
hard.
was one of the big EDM artists was going to be there too. I
Dylan
don't-
Francis.
Oh,
dude.
Dylan Francis.
I'm
yeah, yeah.
excited, dude. I love Dylan Francis.
Dude, I actually
Oh.
just watched. I didn't know much about Dylan Francis. I watched him on David Dobrik's podcast. It was him and Diplo, and dude, he's fucking hilarious.
Dude, he's hilarious,
He's
bro.
so fucking
Bro, I
funny.
was at EDC, man, and this man before his drop, like a lot of people have dope ass buildups, but before his drop, he had a vocal that said, "I can't believe it's not butter," and then it was dun, 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 and I was like, "What? Who
Yeah.
does that?"
Yeah, no, yeah, straight up, he was fucking hilarious.
Who
And,
does
like,
that?
yeah, I could just tell his personality. Like,
Yeah,
he's hilarious.
he's cool.
He's a
He's
chill dude.
cool.
Same with Diplo. Like Diplo
Diplo's
was like,
fun, dude.
he was definitely more laid back, but he had that same attitude. He's just
Yeah.
like, I'm just chilling, I'm fucking around, whatever. Like, yeah, dude, they're hilarious. And who else is gonna be there? Modest Mouse.
Modest
There's
Mouse.
another one. I'm trying to think of just who my friends were like hyped to
See,
see.
I was kind of
This isn't
hoping
all
for them
rap
to come
music, but
stronger with that lineup. I would love to see Jid and Earth Gang
I
and
see Jid,
Ludacris.
dude.
Yeah,
Jid's
I would
cool.
love
to see
them.
Ludacris just for like a throwback.
I would love to see Ludacris. I've
I'm
never
sure
seen
he
Ludacris.
performed so many old
I
songs.
try not to go to festivals though, unless there's like at least 5 legit people that I want to see, because then it makes the money really worth it.
I
Yeah.
rarely go to festivals and don't go, but like just it's been so long and enough people are gonna go. Like I'll probably just go for the whole weekend and just like chill with different people the whole time.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
haven't
you're gonna
seen
have
you in
fun
so long,
regardless,
whatever.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, for sure. But
and
like,
you'll hear some new music that you
yeah,
know.
and I would
dude.
enjoy Life is Beautiful. Like EDC was wild and I had so much fun. It was the first time I ever went, but like it still isn't like my thing. So like still Life is Beautiful. Like, I
You
feel
would
I
like
enjoy
you would
it a
like
lot
Flog
more.
Gnaw. Like Flog Gnaw would be your type of festival.
Is that in Cali?
Yeah, I don't
That's
even know
what that's
that
what
is.
Tyler the Creator. So
Oh,
yeah, so that's like more of a rap festival. Like when I went, I saw Earl, I saw Tyler, I saw Schoolboy, I saw Chance, I saw ASAP. The whole ASAP mob came out.
Oh,
I
hell
saw
yeah.
Lil Wayne, Chris Brown,
So yeah, no,
like,
that's for
dude,
sure like more
yeah.
my thing.
What's
but
that? What's that festival that came out here to Vegas that was all
Rolling
I know,
Loud.
bro,
Or
Rolling
no,
Loud.
no, 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 no.
there was
Day in
another
Vegas.
one.
Day in Vegas,
bro.
Rolling Loud is the
And
one in
everybody
Cali.
thought it was fake. And
Yeah,
then
I
ended
thought
up
it
being-
was
I
fake,
thought
and
it
then
was fake
and then
too.
it got sold out, and I was
Yeah.
like, because I was like, there's no way you have Kendrick
J.
and J. Cole. Like you
You're
don't
like,
have
how much
both
do they
of the-
drop
well,
on this
yeah,
festival?
bro.
It
Those
doesn't
are
make
the two
sense.
titans of hip hop, bro.
Yeah.
Like J. Cole, fucking
Right.
Kendrick, and then on top of that, they had like Travis Scott.
Yeah, they had
everybody.
it was anybody you could have
dude.
possibly wanted
Yeah.
to listen to, and I'm thinking like, yeah, this is not real.
That's what I thought, dude. I wish I would have bought tickets. Dude.
I know.
I wish I would have
I'm
bought
sure it was
tickets.
a fucking great time.
Dude, yeah. And I don't like people have been saying this before, and I don't want to compare the two necessarily, but like Vegas is just slowly becoming the better, newer LA. Like Hollywood's expensive, everything. I get if you're going for fame, for movie, whatever, like it's a good connection place, but Vegas is, I almost feel like taking that over now.
I think it is, dude, and especially coming from a local hip hop scene, dude. Like I remember starting out fucking like, I don't know, dude, like going to places around 2014, and there wasn't a lot of places that we could perform, you know, like
Yeah.
it was just little open mics, and most of them were just like poetry and comedians. But now, dude, there's rappers all over there. Everybody you talk to, they're like, man, I performed here, I performed at Brooklyn Boy, you know, I performed at different venues and shit
Yeah.
like that. You know, there's a lot of people that you meet that you're like, fuck, dude, this wasn't here 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I've been telling people, man, we were actually just talking about that. Like the one benefit that LA did have over Vegas for a long time was the connections. There was just so many potential to network out there.
Yeah.
Regardless of the expenses, it was almost what you're paying for the connections. But so many people from LA are moving out here to Vegas, and Vegas is
Yeah.
growing as a city so fast. And like people are, I feel like a lot of people out here in Vegas have this, you know, entrepreneurial come up. I'd want to work for myself mindset, whether it be art and hip hop, whether it be business or entertainment or whatever you want to do. Like this city is going to be the biggest city in the United States at some point. And
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet within the next 10 years.
Yeah. No,
we're
my
gonna
buddy
have it. We're gonna
Jake-
have an NBA team easy within the next
Dude,
10
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
The Knights fucking, you know, are killing it. And
yeah.
that was just a starting point. Now we have the Raiders. I'm 100% sure we're gonna have an MLB
Yeah.
team. And
We'll
an
probably
NBA
get
team,
the
dude.
Clippers,
We'll
or
get
we'll
both.
probably get somebody like
I think we'll get I think they're gonna because they want to expand and add teams to make up
yeah.
for lost revenue.
Yeah.
So I think Vegas is gonna get a brand new team. I think they will.
Dude,
I hope so.
that'd be
Maybe they'll let me
amazing.
play.
Yeah, but I think
Why
we
you
will
guys
have-
laughing?
within
What's
the-
the joke?
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
I never see your balling skills, dude, but
Yeah, no, within the
alright,
next
you know,
10 years,
I
I
played
would
high school ball.
Yeah,
There you go,
100%
there you
agree
go.
that we'll have a basketball team and a baseball team in Vegas professionally in the next
Yeah,
10 years
dude.
for sure. Yeah.
Do you guys think any of the major sports will ever like stop being sports? It's kind of a biased question because I think the only one that could realistically go at this point is like golf or baseball.
See, surprisingly,
probably not
like,
golf.
Not even either.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I
right.
get like a lot of people don't like them, but there's still just this
So many.
Yeah, dude, there's
insanely
so many
large
dedicated
cult
fans,
following.
man.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
Like they're almost cults in a way. Like
Yeah.
sports is a cult to most people. Like even I'll say that because that's how I feel. Like I live, breathe, die, like everything is sports. Like I base my schedule on watching my favorite team's games. If there's an important game, like I tell people, like I'm not recording a podcast during this time. Like I'm
Yeah.
watching. This
I'm
game
watching
for
the
3 hours,
fight,
like,
yeah.
He does do
seriously,
that.
yeah.
I'd be
no,
like,
for
Donny,
sure.
Donnie, I'm trying to book this interview for Wednesday at 3. Donnie's like, oh no, the game's on.
Yeah,
I'm like,
seriously, I got a game
I'm
at
like
3,
Donnie,
like-
business, and he's like, this is business.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, I
and it
mean-
is becoming more business, also more seriously because I am doing sports podcasting and media,
He's
whatever.
like,
But
this
before
is
that,
everything I've needed,
Yeah.
Jake. He's like, don't fucking text me from 3 to 7.
yeah, no, Fro, and I have something on that I want to watch. That sports, I'm watching it.
Do you guys think we'll add any major sports, like something that could potentially become like an Olympic sport that's more along the lines of like these basketball, football, baseball? Like, will there ever be another pillar in sports? Like even hockey, I would say, is like a subdivision. You know, you have like basketball, football, baseball, and then you have like hockey, soccer.
Yeah. So
know.
I mean, I don't maybe not physical sports, dude, but esports, bro.
For
I
sure.
feel like esports are starting out, bro. And there's a few places like I'm a big Overwatch player. I don't know if anybody plays Overwatch.
My brother plays Overwatch.
Yeah. But there's professional teams now, and they have the Overwatch League. And I think Toronto has a few, you know, they have a team. I think Florida might have 2 teams. I really don't remember like where all the teams are from. But if this starts to really get big, I don't see why Vegas or like other places.
We have
couldn't-
the Luxor, which is the esports arena.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the capacity, you know, we
Yeah.
have the place built already. So I don't see why we wouldn't have, you know, a professional esport team, you know.
Yeah.
But you were talking about if there's going to be any more competitive things. I think the way we're going is probably esports,
Yeah.
bro. You know, like there's a
I would,
lot of
I would agree with that. We were just talking about that, I think, on the last episode. We
Yeah,
were
and
saying
it's
like
hard to-
gaming is going to be just massive.
Yeah, it's hard to, like you said, there might be like variations of different sports. Like
Yeah.
I know in like other countries or whatever, like there's already like soccer volleyball. So it's literally
I have
volleyball,
seen
but
that.
it's soccer rules.
Yeah.
Like you don't use your hands like you're kicking, whatever. So like there'll be small variations and like combinations of random small sports. But yeah, I agree. I don't think there's gonna be like a brand new sport.
Yeah.
It's just we're such in like a digital age now that all this brand new stuff is
little
geared towards the
subdivisions.
internet.
Yeah, just little
Yeah.
subdivisions of
Do
the
you guys
sport.
think? Do you guys think this is a kind of little, kind of jumping around here? But do you guys think? I remember seeing this on like the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody or like a Disney show way back in the day, and they're talking about they had like gone to the future 30 years ahead, and the music was only like straight techno and like EDM, you know, because people had evolved past the point for needing words or something. You guys think that's ever gonna happen?
So I thought that was gonna happen maybe, like I said, 5-10 years ago when I thought Drake was gonna die out. I thought EDM music was just gonna take over, especially since EDC was here, you know, and had a big influence. And I'm like, dude, all these big EDM artists are performing.
Yeah.
But now, no, dude, because I mean, rap's still the main thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
and
I
rap
don't
is
think
my
that's gonna
favorite,
happen,
you know?
bro. You know, you could say so much in a song that you can feel the feels in the EDM track. You know, you'll feel energetic or whatever. But if it doesn't have words, you know, you're missing out the poetry part of
The
the
emotion of
the
it, yeah.
emotion of it. Exactly.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. Cause especially when EDM was new and first come out, like I hated it. It sucked. Like it took me a while to even like listen to it. Like there'd be a song every now and then, like the ones that would hit the radio that I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
this is catchy. I get why people like it, but like I'm not gonna listen to this for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Like you said, I want to hear lyrics. I want to hear
Yeah.
stories. I want to hear messages. Like I want to hear meaning.
Dude,
like-
and I love EDM music. Like, but I
I
still
like it more
think-
now, but-
Yeah, like I'm all over the place with music, but I still think, you know, you're gonna need lyrics. We're not gonna shine away from that. Like, we're not just gonna be all the time, you know. And I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And don't get me wrong, but rap, just other songs too, R&B, things that need the lyrics.
I
you
think
know?
people like to sing too.
Yeah,
I
and
think
yeah,
it's, you know, people.
That's a good point.
You
dude.
can't sing EDM.
You can't. You really can't.
Yeah, that's true. You just make the sounds
I
like
know.
you're
Just
party boy.
Party boy.
Oh god, yeah.
Speaking of lyrics, did you guys hear the new Chance song?
Nah,
I haven't. No.
Oh my gosh, that man snapped.
it was
I
probably
think- I
so
think
good. I
he's-
do
he-
love Chance.
I think Chance could very well be the one to overtake Kendrick.
Dude,
but we'll
I
see.
haven't listened to Chance in a minute.
Okay,
bro.
peep the new song. It's on YouTube. It's called "The Heart and the Tongue." I keep plugging Chance on here. Hope to God one day he's just like, "Hey Jake, let me come on the High Expectations."
Dude, that would be
I'm like,
amazing.
"Fuck yeah, Chance, please
Goals,
come on."
baby. Goals.
He
Yeah,
like
no,
has an
that's-
algorithm and he like scans the podcast. He's like, "You've mentioned my name 8,492 times." Like, I guess I'll come on
He's
your
like, "All right, I'll
podcast.
throw these guys a bone."
Yeah.
But no, dude, the song is just crazy. Like he's back on his bullshit, like really rapping.
Oh, is
and-
he? See, I was just about to say. To me, Chance is another one of those people that like he's just such a good artist. Like he's
Yeah.
a good rapper too, but to me, he's just such a talented artist. That, like I don't want
No,
to call him a rapper.
He's
I don't
reminding
know.
people that he is Chance the rapper for a
Okay,
reason.
okay.
You know?
Is that offensive? Like, because to me, like, I mean, not that it's offensive, obviously, but like, would you rather someone call you a rapper or an artist, or does it not honestly matter?
I mean, I prefer to be called an artist because I feel like, well, that's just for me personally.
Rapper
because I
kind of
could-
like
That's what,
constrains.
that's,
Exactly,
okay. That's
yeah.
what I thought. That's when I thought when I
Yeah.
was saying disrespectful. Like that's
so
more what
I
was
wouldn't
saying,
call
like,
it
contains you.
disrespectful because I am a rapper. I would never be disrespected if someone
Right.
calls me a rapper. But I do like to have my hand in other pots, like I was saying, like this All Greens Media, this hustler thing, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I consider myself an artist, although I am a rapper. So, but I wouldn't
Right.
find it offensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you
Okay.
can
No,
call
that's
me-
kind of what I was
I
saying.
think
guess, yeah.
especially when you're talking about people who are so like seasoned in the rap game, like obviously they are artists, you know. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, that's what you're called. Like your
Yeah.
job title is a musical artist, you know. Like at the end of the day, you're not, your job title is not rapper. Your job title is like artist.
artist, yeah,
Yeah.
musical art,
I-
entertainer.
but I think when we're when
Yeah.
we're talking about these like huge names like this, where you really have to break it down and you have to separate the rap from the artistry, especially when you're talking about who's the best artist or who's the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
When you start talking about who's the best rapper, then you have to start thinking like, okay, well, which one of these artists is the best at rapping?
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's how.
Right.
Yeah, you know that, dude.
Good little breakdown there, right? I was feeling pretty complete about that answer. I was like, man, I feel like I
You
really
fucking nailed it.
summed
Yeah, no,
that
that's
one up.
exactly what it is. And that's how I feel about it. It's just, yeah, it's just a subgenre of the entire
Yeah.
category. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You had mentioned to me earlier, Eddie, before we started recording about Twitch. So do you stream games on Twitch?
Yeah, dude. So right now I'm streaming. I mainly play Overwatch, and I stream that. And I'm not that great at it, dude. But I do like to have a good time. And I do find viewers actually enjoying me. I just hit affiliate, so that's pretty cool.
Oh
Tune in.
shit, for real?
Yeah, dude.
Hell
So that's
yeah.
pretty
So you
cool.
got like a
Hell
decent
yeah.
following.
A little bit, yeah.
Because don't you have to, or decent streamers, or like, don't you
Yeah,
have to have a consistent
you
amount of streams
you
to
have
be
to
an
have
affiliate?
There's some rules you gotta abide by, and some things you gotta meet. Like I think you have to have certain amount of hours streaming, a certain amount
Yeah.
of followers, certain amount of fucking viewers at a time.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I just hit that. And you guys can catch me at Wasteland XL
Yeah,
pretty much. So
for
it's
sure.
the same thing, WSTLND EXL. But I'm streaming on Twitch, and I've been in, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I've been cooking lately. And ever since
I
COVID
see
started,
you've
I've been
been
cooking a
cooking,
lot,
yeah.
bro. And I actually want to start posting some videos of me cooking, maybe a few edits with some music in the background.
Okay,
And
stream that shit too.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I want to expand just because I feel like
People
Twitch
love
is
that
so
shit.
so young, man.
Oh, it really is, man.
and
It
and,
really
and I
is.
want to take advantage of the opportunity right now where while everyone's still second guessing of like, hey, should I stream? Like, because I was thinking about that
I mean,
last
Dude,
year.
straight up, I'm gonna come over because I need more vlog content and all that stuff too. We should literally just chill for hours and just set up like multiple cameras and just do cooking shows, do a bunch of random
Exactly, dude.
smoking
And-
stuff,
and-
just do everything.
and I'm all over the place. Like I said, like I love the music stuff. I love what
Yeah.
I do. But I want to put my hand in so many different things, bro. Like the Twitch is one of them. I would love to do some weed stuff. I would love to get my own podcast as well started.
Yeah.
There's so many different ideas. I just gotta take it one step at a time. And right now, like we just dropped an album. I'm trying to get this Twitch popping. Fortunately, I just got a new job. I mean, I'm blessed and everything, but
Yeah.
it just cuts a little way
The time,
from the
yeah.
time.
I was talking to somebody the other day and they were saying, and I had always known, I don't want to work for anybody my whole life. And, the way he brought this up, it like sparked an interest in my mind because I never looked at it this way. And he was saying, he's trying to get to the point where he's done trading hours for dollars
Yeah, dude.
because time is so much more valuable,
Exactly.
and yes, I'm super blessed to have the job I have, right? I make good money. I'm not complaining about my job at all. But at the same time, I'm there for 8-9 hours, and if I could potentially be taking that 8-9 hours and putting it back into myself instead of putting it back into somebody else's
Somebody
business.
else's dream.
You know,
Somebody else's
and
business.
obviously you can't just do that. And I think anybody who is an artist or entrepreneur or a creator has experienced that at some point where it's like, okay, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go full into what I'm doing. And then you do it. And then you're like, okay, well, fuck, now I don't have money. And now I can't do what I want to do because I can't fucking afford anything. And I'm stressed about all these bills I have. So now you go back and you get a job. I think that is the most crucial grind state that really separates people, like when they are, whether they're going to succeed or not. Cause it's like, how well can you manage that time? Because you have so many things that are already dictated, right? If you need money, you're going to have to work,
Mhm.
right? If you're working on something for yourself, you got to work on that too. You got to sleep at some point
Yeah,
because
dude.
even Elon Musk says he sleeps 6 hours a night because you become inefficient off less
Yeah.
sleep, and you become unorthodox.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way he brought that up, it was just like trade hours for time. And I was
Yeah,
like,
and it's interesting too because some people it goes backwards a little bit, and I saw this on a podcast post. And it was actually really interesting. Is someone's like, I spend 4 hours editing my podcast, which people would say, all right, spend 4 hours of your time working on yourself. But he said if he pays someone, he makes that much in an hour at his job in an hour. So technically, if he works for 1 hour, he can pay someone to save himself 4 hours.
yeah,
So he technically gained 3 hours. So at the same time, you can also, I don't want to say you can just buy time because that sounds
No,
weird, but there
yeah.
are certain scenarios where you should
Can
Have
let
your
you-
money
trade.
work for you,
Yeah,
bro. And that's
straight
what
up.
I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm and that's why I have a little bit of a portfolio when it comes to stocks and everything. But same thing with crypto. But it's just money that I've got that I'm trying to work, trying to make it work for me,
yeah.
And that
You
goes
got to buy Cordia.
Hell yeah.
He's been telling me about that, dude. He's been telling me about that. And I need to get fucking invested into
We are
that,
not
bro.
financial advisors.
Yeah, same, yeah.
But buy Cordia.
But buy it.
But
you
yeah,
wanna-
man,
if you
like
wanna get
that's the
rich.
main objective, to have money work for you instead of you work for money.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
Because it's an endless cycle if you're just gonna exchange your time for money. You gotta exchange fucking money for whatever you want. Have people just like you said. Instead of putting 4 hours into editing this video, pay somebody to do it. Who's gonna do it? You're gonna pay him, I don't know, $100 an hour, or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
whatever.
I
As
don't
long as you
feel
can
like-
make it in less
yeah,
than that. Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's just
Got to
Yeah.
get to that stage first. That's the hardest part. I think that's where
Getting to that
that's where
stage,
so many
bro.
people fail is like you have to be able to handle such a large workload yourself in the beginning to the point where you make enough money to where you can bring other people in. Because if you can't get to that point, then you're always just going to be stuck in a cycle of trying to keep up with yourself. But if you can get ahead of yourself, and really pack in what you can and then get to that point where you can bring in help, then ultimately that's when you'll start getting more room, more time for yourself, and be able to branch off. Because I'm just like you, man. I want my hand in as many pots as possible.
Yeah.
Like me and Donny always talk about this, like, because we both do stocks, and like I don't think I'm going to become a billionaire doing this podcast. You know what I mean? But if I can become a millionaire
maybe selling
doing
some merch from that,
yeah.
dude, and then putting that, reinvesting that
Exactly.
money into,
like ultimately, like if we both become millionaires on stocks, right, then this podcast now is just a platform for us.
Yeah,
And
leisure,
the
platform.
purpose of this, like when we started, was we're like, we want to help the world, we want to spread knowledge, we want to have good conversations with good people, we want to find out things that we don't fucking know, because we want to learn as much as we can while we're here on this earth. And what better way for that to do, if even though this isn't like our like I wouldn't say me and Donny doing this podcast is like we're putting everything on this, like, bro, we're going broke, we're going podcast, or we're going broke, but if we can get to the point where we're good and we can give back to people using this platform, like that would be the ultimate goal for us.
Dude, I dig it. Like I said, I was telling you guys, like, this platform's dope.
Yeah,
I hope you guys fucking succeed, and I hope to be on here probably in the future again.
Yeah, straight up.
in a bigger room,
yeah,
with better mics.
Hell yeah.
Soon, bro. I always tell all the guests, like, you're gonna come back in like a year or two, and like we're gonna be in an actual studio, and like the mics are gonna be looking crazy, like the editing is gonna be nuts, like you'll have multiple camera angles, like it's
one
just
day
a matter
the
of
studio's
time.
gonna have its own room and not share a room with my bedroom, but
I
Hey,
can't
but
wait for that,
it's stuff like this though, and I always say this too. I always come back to this. People love to see the grind. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
So yeah, I do.
Okay, so I was the other day, because I want to give away money too. I admire that guy, because he literally, most of his net worth he gives away. It's brilliant. It's super charitable, and he does it for content, and it works out for him, and he's made a name off of doing this.
It's low-key genius though.
It is genius. There's actually
it's great marketing, bro.
There's a YouTube in China that literally uses like an alternate Mr. Beast logo, and they literally do the same exact videos, like first person to lose hide and seek wins the Lamborghini or whatever, and like they do the same thing, and they're big as fuck in China, literally doing the same thing he does.
It's a whole formula, and I've looked into it, like creating these YouTube videos and making money off of it. Like there's a lot of people who are copying each other,
bro. There's a lot of people who do streaming that are making 5,000-6,000 a stream, like.
So yeah, that's what I'm not banking it off on streams, but I enjoy it. I enjoy socializing with people and everything. And I think I'm, somewhat entertaining, especially when I'm fucking just sniping people or playing or cooking or
when
something.
You get lost in the game, like you're just being you, and you're like, people are like,
and the thing
shit.
is, like, when I'm streaming, playing Overwatch, I team up with just random people that I've never met. And I like to be funny. So I'll say whatever, the other day, like some guy was complaining about me not doing enough damage or whatever. And typical, he was just talking shit, dude. And we ended up winning, and everybody else grouped up with me except him. And I was like, hey guys, go follow me on Twitch. And he just kept replying, no. And then we ended up getting stuck with him like 3 more times.
Oh my god.
And we ended up winning, but then he ended up shutting the fuck up, because he didn't have nothing to say, because we were doing great. But I just kept saying like, hey guys, go follow me on Twitch. And I was just kind of poking fun at him. And he was just like, oh dude, you haven't done anything. And then I got a kill or something happened. I was like, oh dude, guys, I did a thing. And then everybody started laughing, and I don't know. It was just funny, but I kind of got off topic, but yeah, I was just talking about Twitch and just interacting with different people, dude. And
that's the future, man.
Yeah, I really think
people are more interested in people than they are in like television shows nowadays, and it's going to continue to transition.
Yeah. I haven't watched anyone. I don't watch Twitch at all yet, but like I do agree with that. Like I'm so much more invested in personal content now. Like I don't care about organized TV shows. Like I want to watch Dave Portnoy's podcast. I want to watch Anthony Pompliano talk about. I want to watch Gary Vee talk. Like I don't need to watch actors get paid to be fake and make up a show. Like I'd rather just watch real information, real entertainment, real knowledge.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say, if I'm not watching Naruto or like the new Boruto that's coming out, or like a random movie, I'm literally on YouTube watching like personal content or watching vlogs or like same here, working. Dude. Like
I was about to say,
rewatching our podcast, making sure I don't look like a tweak while we're speaking.
I mean, I'm to me, like that's all like
36 seconds. I look like an idiot.
That's all like work and information and knowledge. But like to me, like the escapism is like the TV shows and like for like disconnecting yourself from the quote unquote real world and just watching a TV show.
Yeah.
Like that's like disconnecting from the real world.
You guys
me,
think cable's
essentially.
gonna go away pretty soon?
I don't think it's gonna go away, but it's done. Oh, cable or just like TV shows in general?
Not necessarily. I think TV shows are gonna just move to like
Netflix,
You mean
HBO,
like
Hulu,
basic?
yeah.
You mean like basic cable?
I think I don't think there's gonna
cable's
be. I don't think there's gonna be cable anymore.
Cable's gonna just be an internet provider, in my opinion. You know, like
Yeah.
Cox right now.
Like yeah, they'll
but-
just do internet
yeah,
and
just
Wi-Fi.
and Wi-Fi and stuff like that, dude. But yeah, I don't see. Maybe cable's gonna be $10 a month.
I mean,
just
because
gonna
what
give
the news will partner with
Yeah.
HBO or something.
I
and
mean, with
then-
these apps having live TV, well, like I have Hulu Live TV, so
Yeah,
like,
they can
I
all
paid
do it
less
on there.
than that was the cheapest option for me. Like even if I wanted to buy TV and pay for TV, it was gonna be over $100, and I wasn't even gonna get half the channels I wanted.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like
see,
it was cheaper to use Hulu Live
that's
TV,
what
and I
I'm
get
saying,
more
dude.
than I even thought I was gonna
Yeah.
get.
Yeah,
I have
dead
Netflix,
ass.
dude, and between me and my roommates, we all split Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah,
Disney Plus. So
Amazon. and shit.
Amazon, yeah, dude. So
Have you guys seen Jack Ryan on Amazon?
I don't know.
No,
no.
no,
That
dude.
was just a movie.
It's a show. It's
Oh,
he's
no.
like a desk intern for like the CIA or something. And then he ends up going in the field. It's the dude from The Office, Jim Halpert. I forget what his real name is.
I don't watch The Office.
I haven't watched, dude. I don't watch much TV either. I'm almost there.
Hell
Where you're
yeah,
at,
we were
dude.
just
I
talking
watch
about
Always
that.
Sunny,
I
and
watch
that's
that.
about it.
Right? It's like one show.
I
and
watch
then
The
that's it.
Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys.
Hey,
are
The Boys is
great.
a good show.
The Boys is a great show, dude. Like,
Shout out Erin Moriarty.
damn,
See, I don't know.
She's
who
so
any of those-
gorgeous.
she's
Oh,
cute as fuck,
She's
dude.
so
see, I don't know who any of those
Starlight.
people are.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
dude.
great.
As soon as I saw her, I fell in love.
I was like, yeah, I'll
my
watch this show.
dude. Yeah, me too.
I was like, all right.
And she's the main fucking character. Her and Huey. Is
Yeah,
it Huey?
what's his name?
Yeah,
Jack
Dewey?
Campbell or something, or Jack Quigg?
I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
I think his
know
name's,
her
I think
name.
his name's Jack Quigg. Yeah, I know her name for
I
sure.
know her name. I don't know his name. I follow her on Instagram.
Oh God. I just went through. I was like, I follow way too many like women in particular that just have no idea I even exist, and I like went through and unfollowed a bunch.
Bro,
of them.
I
I'm
unfollowed
like,
a bunch of people on my
That's why I
Instagram,
have this
bro,
lover
yeah.
boy tattoo, man. My infatuation with women. I gotta start, tightening up.
Hey, I'm
Tighten
the
up.
same way, dude.
You boys gotta start making business moves before I can try to get a solid woman in my life.
The right one will fall, dude.
Yeah, you
Sure.
know what I mean. And you can't. Love is a strange thing, man, because you can't go looking for it. You look for it, you'll never find it. And
Never.
that's with anything in life. I always tell my friends, when you go for a job interview or whatever you're gonna go for, don't want it, but assume that you have it. There's no reason to you don't have to go looking for it. Or like if you're stressed out about something like, fuck, I can't find a job, I've applied to 20 jobs and no job wants to hit me up. Well, you're probably putting too much stress on the universe to like reply to
Dude,
you.
100%.
You have to be calm. And I was explaining this to one of my friends the other day. We were talking about like manifestation and how it's like, I do good things, I donate $2 here, $2 there, I give stuff away, I try to hold the door for people, I do nice things. Like, where's the universe at? And I'm like, well, the problem is you're expecting the universe to reward you with some form of currency or some form of whatever in exchange for these good deeds that you're doing, when in all actuality that's not how it works. In manifestation, you have to you have to genuinely believe what you're manifesting. If you don't genuinely believe it wholeheartedly, it will
100%,
not
dude.
happen. 2, you have to put in the actual steps that you have to take. It's not a magic formula. You can't just say, I believe I have $1 million, and now poof, you have $1 million. You have to put in the steps to do it. And 3, you have to work with the universe and provide that positivity to the universe to create this magnetic field around you that is ultimately going to attract opportunities and positive outcomes. And then, now that you have all these things working for you, you just might manifest what you actually want to manifest. But it's people get so stuck up on the law of attraction, like think it and it'll think and achieve it. It's not that simple, and that's why I don't like a lot of these self-help books, because I
Yeah.
think a lot of it really is just like, okay, visualize this. Like visualizing is key, definitely, but it's not just like there's no one magic trick. If there was one magic trick, we'd all be rich and like the whole
Mhm.
economy would collapse, because you
Yeah.
can't have that many
I'm gonna
rich
take
people.
everything you said. I said it in a tweet. This is the one tweet. We'll decide if we want to actually dive down that rabbit hole. but
Donnie's
it's the only
Donnie's
tweet-
selling his
Buying
tweet for
tweets,
This is the only
dude.
tweet-
Donnie's selling his
might
tweet for
buy it,
$50.
bro.
Yeah.
I might buy this tweet.
This is the only tweet that I did that I have posted for sale just because I wanted to see the process and how it worked, whatever. But I actually tweeted this on February 27th. I said, the more you give out to the universe, the more the universe will give back to you, but you still have to give assuming nothing in return. It's not a trade. It's more of a random reward.
Yeah,
Like, that's literally exactly what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you have
man.
to constantly give and just assume you're going to get nothing. And then when you randomly just get like that thing happens, and you're like, wow, why did that happen to me? Whatever, like the universe, like it's because you've been constantly giving and you're not expecting anything. And these things just slowly begin to happen on their own.
Hell yeah. Bro, I was at Taco Bell the other night.
Taco Bell's doing NFTs.
Yeah.
What?
You saw Cordio was like, huh, funny how we started it all first and shit.
Yeah,
but,
they're like, yeah, I love to be early to the
yeah,
curve. Or
yeah.
ahead of being ahead of the curve. Yeah.
But we were at Taco Bell and the dude, I could kind of tell like when I was ordering, like, and we had a large order. There was like four of
Yeah,
us in
yeah.
the car, and like I knew we were annoying the fuck out of him. We were high as fuck, and like I knew it was just like a lot for him, and I could tell he was like irritated and had like a long night. And so I'm talking to him when we get up to the window, and like he kind of has like this lisp, and like I just kind of start seeing into his life. Obviously I don't know his whole story, but I'm like, he works at Taco Bell. He's probably does not want to fucking be here. I asked him, I was like, how's your night going? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you don't want to fucking be here, huh? He's like, no, bro. I was like, nobody does, but you're good. And he ended up having to bring our food outside, and he came outside. He's a younger kid. He's probably like 17, 18, 19 or something like that, and he came outside and he brought our food. And I was like, you know what? These guys never get tips. I just gave him 10. I was like, here, bro, here's $10, bro. Thanks for being a cool guy. And he's like, it made his whole night,
Yeah,
it made me
yeah.
feel good. I wasn't expecting him. He was like, oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I wasn't doing that like expecting anything, but you get those little rewards when you least expect it. Like,
Yeah. So I've been going to sleep to a few audiobooks, so I can't quote exactly where I heard this from, but we were talking about giving stuff out to receive stuff, and he broke it down in like a simple term. He was like, think about when you're walking down the street and you don't know what a person's day is like, but if you happen to smile at a person, they'll usually smile back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it broke
and
it
if they
back.
don't, they're cutthroat.
Exactly. But it just made me think of like, man, that's so true. A lot of the times people fail to realize, hey, if I want something, sometimes you got to give it out, but don't expect anything back.
Yeah.
Like. And he broke it down like a smile. Not everyone's gonna smile back at you, but the people that do, you probably made their day just by a simple smile, and vice versa. When you get a smile, usually you're like, oh man, that's a cool cat,
Makes you feel good, yeah.
or a cute girl smiled at me. You're like,
Yeah,
fuck yeah,
all right.
dude.
I can
But
do
even if,
anything.
yeah, exactly. So you're like,
Yeah, right. There's been multiple times where like I've been in like a store in a line ordering food or whatever, and like I don't hear the entire conversation, but like it kind of seems like the person in front of me like is being treated rudely, or the person that's serving them or whatever is just being rude. And you're just like, oh, that's weird. Why are they being rude? They're probably having a bad day, whatever. And then you get up there and you're nice to them, you're acting whatever, and like the whole time you're just like, oh, they were nice, they were friendly, they were whatever. So like, how many times do people put the blame on the wrong person? Like, was that
100%.
customer just being rude and disrespectful, and that's why this person came off as rude? Like,
Hey,
to me, that happens a lot. It's like if you're being nice to people, people aren't always, most of the time, aren't going to be rude to you.
yeah, dude, 100%.
Shout out to people in the customer service industry, because they
working
don't get
hard.
a lot
Shout out
of
to
enough
them.
credit, and a lot of people forget that these people are just people too.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the service industry or working at Best Buy or literally at Tropical Smoothie or McDonald's selling things, like everybody's a person. And we go through, I think, so many people we forget and we neglect the thought. Like we've become so numb to reality. You don't even notice like how many people you encounter on a random day that you don't have any interaction with.
Yeah.
Like you just walk past them and you don't make eye contact, you don't smile, you don't talk to them, you don't know nothing. Like, I'd like to envision a world where we all, you walk in a gas station, it's, oh, how's everybody doing? And everybody's like, oh, it's a great day. Da, da, da. Like, let's spread the energy. I would love to see the world just like light up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I think
Yeah.
people are trying, but I think there's a lot of hurdles too. I mean, I can't say that I don't go in public, I don't get mad, and I don't act mean to people, or I'm not rude in certain situations when have to wait for long, or things get messed up or don't go my way or whatever. Like I try and be the best I can, but like to say I'm not is obviously wrong.
We're all
ignorant,
imperfect.
but like, yeah, I think as much as that sucks, is every time someone makes one little mistake, it is really a ripple effect. Like if you're pissed off and you fuck up someone's day, that ruins their day.
Yeah.
Think about how many people's day they're gonna possibly go on to ruin.
It's
so
all
like,
about perspective and trying to understand each other, man.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the times I feel like that's what people lack in, like try to put yourself in someone else's shoes, say you did get horrible fucking customer service. Maybe it's too busy in there, or there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong, but try to be more compassionate with one another. Like I feel like that is something that we're lacking, mainly because we're numb to it,
Yeah.
And I think half of it has to do with social media. Everyone's so fucking free to say whatever they feel like with not saying with no repercussions, but almost like it. I'm a huge Eric Andre fan. I don't know if you guys follow him, but he talks about how people comment on his Instagram saying like, hey dude, you're an asshole, like I'm never gonna watch your shit, or just say something fucked up, and he say, dude, I read this shit, like how do you think it makes me feel? Like I'm putting myself out there doing something creative, like putting being vulnerable to people, and motherfuckers are just shitting on me, and he's like, I write them back, I write to them back. He's like, and they usually apologize after. Like, oh, I love you, blah blah. But I just feel like there's a lot of people who just want to say something just because I feel like they need to be heard, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't notice a lot of times, like, hey, what you might be saying is hurting somebody.
For real.
Like,
Yeah. And the crazy part is like, as much as I think people are trying to be better about it, there's still so many people out there just intentionally doing the opposite. Like
yeah.
with Gary V, like Gary Vaynerchuk, like I don't think says negative things about anyone ever at any time, like literally ever. And like he'll get comments all the time, like you suck, you're
Yeah,
trash
dude.
or whatever. Like fuck you, just like on random content. Like people
It's
are
hella
just there,
just me, like fuck you, Gary Vaynerchuk.
bro.
yeah, no, straight up, and people do that. And like he's the best with it because like if I were to comment like fuck you, your post sucks, you have a shitty life or whatever, like not to everyone, but like he'll basically like go click on my profile, like see what's in my bio, and it'll see like podcaster, blah blah. He'll like comment back and be like, hey, I really like your podcast, like keep it up, blah blah. And he'll just reply with positivity, or like if someone's an artist, they'll be like, hey, I really like your drawings, like keep working on your drawings, or whatever. And like that is really the only way to kill negativity is with that positivity. And because at that point, I mean, like sure, those people might go on to be negative, but like they kind of just like look dumb at that point. I don't know. Like if you're treating someone like an asshole and they're like, dude, but that art you made, fire. Like
Yeah.
you look like a dumbass. Like you just look
Yeah.
stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a while, hate was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to be like, oh, none of this shit's good. I don't like anything.
dude.
It's not cool
all
anymore.
negative
I mean,
and
it's
shit.
not.
No, it's not.
It's never been fucking cool. But you know how people's brains work. But
Just striving for attention, really.
it is, bro. And you know, people, I get it. You know, if you're not getting enough attention, is key. You know, and people always say, "Oh, you're just doing this for attention." Bro, we're humans. We want
Yeah,
attention.
of
You know,
course.
you ultimately everybody wants to like have somebody like feel compassion towards them and feel, you know, like at least enjoy their presence. You know, nobody wants to be annoying. Nobody wants to be hated. Like those are strong feelings. Like I tell everybody like I interact with, like, man, hate is such a strong word. I try to, you know, unless I'm just talking about it in perspective, I try to
Mhm.
not even use the word.
Yeah, same here, dude.
Because like
Yeah.
what am I gonna say? Oh, I hate going to work. Like, do I hate
Bro,
it that
yeah,
bad?
man.
Like
I was gonna say I use hate in terms of just like throwing it around, but like if I legitimately am saying I hate something, like I've tried it multiple times, I know it's not for me. I know, like I more use it for I guess food.
I mean, think
Essentially,
about
but,
how
like-
many times we throw around words that have negative connotation that we just have no idea. Like hate, and
I
then
agree.
another one that I really I just got put onto is people say good morning, right? I've been saying good morning forever, but why do we say good morning? Morning, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, that's more of a
It's a
play
trick,
on words,
but look, bro, it gets deeper
never
because
thought
I'm
about
telling
that,
you,
dude.
there's also sayings like hell yeah. What the fuck is that? Hell yeah. I say that shit all the time. What do you mean
I
hell
say that
yeah?
shit all the time,
Yeah,
too.
hell? How about
I
no?
say good morning too.
You know?
Hell
I mean,
no.
see, those are just the same thing
I
where it's
say
like a
hell no
play
too,
on
though.
words. Like you just take it too little. Like hell yeah is the same thing as fuck yeah.
Exactly, but
So,
it's
like-
like
words are spelling, like
You know what I mean?
What you say, bro, like you do put into fruition.
You're-
You know, so,
we're all
although they are
essentially-
play on words.
yeah, they are, but it's like it's kind of funny how these things are created.
That's
You know,
crazy.
good morning.
I never thought
Good
about that.
morning. If you really think about it, like, and like hell yeah is another one that I like to say. Or,
I mean,
I'm gonna
to-
start searching.
I'm
Good
gonna
day.
do some research after.
or
this
people
because I
say
feel like
say good
there's-
rising. That's what the people
Grand rising, baby.
grand rising
Grand
or like
rising
or
kings.
nice rising, good rising instead of good morning. But yeah,
I don't know.
Dude, I
hopefully,
never
if
thought
you
about that.
if
I'm
you
gonna-
never learned anything today, this is becoming a thing now, and I'm gonna
look
put you
into
on
that, 'cause
game.
'cause it's true, bro.
because
Like
I'm still gonna say good morning. I think that's to me. I think that's just a stretch. Same
it's
with
just,
like hell yeah.
well, look,
fuck
it's
yeah,
it's not necessarily saying like, okay, well, somebody was trying to get us to
no.
speak
I know
these
you're not
negative
trying
things
to. I
into
get like
existence.
you put that morning in your head, but like to me, like morning. Like I don't use morning other than talking about time. Like to me, if I hear morning,
that's
I'm
what
only
I
talking
hear.
about time.
But I'm just gonna switch it to grand rising.
Yeah,
I
feel
mean,
like
that
grand
sounds better
rising
100%. I don't care about like the other part. Like that
I'm just
sounds
gonna
better.
be like grand
but-
rising king. Grand rising
Grand
queen.
rising
Yeah.
king.
Like that sounds amazing,
Grand
right?
rising.
Like, yeah, bro.
I mean,
let's
I
have
like
a
it
grand
better.
rising.
Yeah.
my
No, I
you
for
have a
sure
good
like it better,
rising
but-
today. Just because
I also am someone who doesn't believe in the hell and heaven situation.
Yeah.
So to me,
I
that one is
don't-
irrelevant too.
yeah,
So
that's another.
I don't not believe in it. I'm not that of much of a believer that like I'm like, yes, this is happening. I have to play by the rules. Like I do think it's a realistic possibility because who the fuck knows? But
yeah,
yeah.
Hey,
Other than
man.
that,
I believe in God for sure. I'm not gonna say I'm religious, but
I
bet-
believe in a creator.
yeah.
see, that's exactly what I said. I believe in a
Some
God. I
happen
hate-
because this shit don't add up.
Y-
But
yeah,
every
exactly,
religion,
man.
that's the problem to me is I don't want to dive too far and attack anybody, obviously, but like to me, each religion defines their God and a God as a different person, or,
Yeah.
like their own God. And I'm sorry, like unless there's 20 gods, like it's just unrealistic. So
Yeah.
to me, I think there is one ultimate creator, and everyone just has their own perspective and story about it. I do think there is only one creator. I just don't like how certain religions or any religions paint their
It-
God as a specific person towards them. Like it should just represent everybody and anybody, regardless whether they agree with you or not. I don't know. That might got deep, but
Dude,
I think
no,
we get lost in religion a lot.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
we do.
I think the most important aspect of religion is faith in any religion. I think the power of faith is much stronger than the power of hope. I think a lot of people hold on to hope, and I associate hope with wanting a miracle. I associate faith with knowing it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
knowing it, dude, that's key. Yeah, that's key.
I
Right there.
see. I'm big on that, but on the other hand, I'm big on just like I need some proof. I want like some
Yeah.
evidence or some. And to me, there's nothing that's very
There
logical.
is
or,
no proof there.
there
and
is
it-
no.
the crazy thing though
Hey, but
is
people
that
believe in aliens, and there's no proof in that.
There's no proof in
right,
that
and
either.
I to me,
Donnie's like, I don't believe in
So-
that shit.
so the
either.
see, but that's the
crazy-
problem. Is like I don't want to like put words in your mouth, but like you're kind of comparing aliens to religion, and I think that's somewhat true.
Yeah,
but, like,
no, I think
people
it
that
is.
are religious,
I also
Yeah.
think that too.
people that
yeah,
are
bro.
religious probably would be very offended by that. If you said
Yeah.
if you think my religion is similar to someone believing in aliens, like that's kind of offensive.
the
but
crazy
that's
thing,
what
though,
to me
too-
how it
Wouldn't be
is.
the first time I said something offensive.
Yeah,
on
no,
here.
I'm agreeing with you for sure. Like I'm agreeing with your
No,
statement, but like
it is kind of true though. I mean, if you think about it, the aliens built the pyramids, so to speak. But I think there could have been, even in the Bible, they talk about a time in Egypt where there was like demigod like beings,
yeah,
that
giant people as
had
well, dude.
like
yeah.
people were different,
Cyclops.
I would love
Yeah.
to just have like a firm answer, but we never will.
Dude, yeah, that's never gonna happen.
that's the
And-
worst part. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I think it's so big though. Like even if you're not religious, like I pray, but the way I pray is more of affirmation. So
That's
it's
the
like,
way I pray too. yeah.
I thank God or the universe or whatever may be out there for all the blessings in my life, and then I try not to ever really ask for anything. I try to just be appreciative of what I have, and
That's a
have
good way to look
faith,
at it.
have faith that good things will continue to come. That's what I ask for. I ask to continue giving me faith that good things will come.
And see, and that's why like I don't want people that are religious to like hate me now and hate. Yes, I do think they could possibly hate me.
It's
after
your
what
own
we were saying,
personal
but-
belief,
yeah, but I think I mean like I don't pray, but like if I'm driving and like I don't know, let's say like I was distracted or something was happening, whatever, and like I look up and like something happens where I'm like, wow, I should have just crashed, or wow, I should have just got hit, or like something should have happened. I'm just using crash as an example, but I do like kind of like laugh a little bit, and, like look up at the sky, or whatever. I'm
You're
just like,
thankful for it.
I'm just like, yo, I was like, if you're out there
Yeah.
and that was you, like, thank you. I don't know if there is, or I'm talking to the sky, but like, if that was you, like, I see it, I got it. Like, so like I do that, and like I acknowledge, like I said, there might be a higher being, whatever, but like I just don't like the way people have painted like the specific religions, and there's so many, and
I think it's
don't
ignorant
know.
to follow anything blindly.
Yeah.
Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
but I do really believe in the faith behind religions, and that's how
So
that's
the
how you get
crazy
behind
thing
and believe
about
something.
religion, though, is that it's stemmed back all the way from as far as we know in humans, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what's crazy about religion. We always worshipped a god or something.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing. The earliest people, that's what almost gives me more reason to believe that there is a God or
there
God.
is something
Because they're so like it does date back so early, and you have all these people with these accounts of these things that happened, and who knows if they're telling the truth, but like, and who knows, like, okay, this is might be a dumb question, but like, who wrote the Bible? Like, how do they translate that into like, where do the stories come from? Is it just a bunch of stories like gathered into one? Like, because that's always been a big question of mine. Donnie's like, see,
yeah,
but
right.
I
Men
don't know.
made.
I
It's
don't-
men.
like-
That's all I know. It's men made.
But
But,
what my true like
so who knows how the
understanding
stories got
behind
fucked
religions,
up?
and I've seen like an explanation, is every single religion, whether they like have different stories or different gods or different goddesses or whatever, everything is related to astrology and nature.
Yeah,
So like when they describe Zeus, or I think it's Zeus's lightning,
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's literally storms. Like they just describe nature and their earth and their beings, because there was no way for them to study it. They didn't understand the earth. There was no way for them to use
That's a good way
telescopes to
to
look
put
in the
it, bro.
sky. No,
That
there's
is-
a
yeah,
video
that
that
is really
explain it.
true.
Like they looked at the sun as a god, because when the sun went away, people would freeze to death overnight. Your crops wouldn't grow. Everything was dark. You couldn't see. It was scary. Like the sun was a god to many people. So like,
the sun.
Okay,
the
so
sun god.
and then
maybe-
same with like the stars, and that's why like they use stars to like navigate. Like they
so
have
it really all is in the belief.
Yes.
Because get this,
the faith.
these
yeah.
the faith that these people are having, that if we sacrifice one pig or whatever the fuck they were doing back then to appease the gods, if we do this, and we genuinely believe, because they're all believing it, that if we do this, then the sun will shine, our crops will grow good. It starts to become such a powerful belief by so many, it has to get written into the universe. And
I wouldn't take it that far that it gets written. Oh, you're saying like
That's
written
awesome.
into
That also
history.
makes
like
sense,
like
dude.
because
Yeah, 'cause
like
your
there's
belief
say
and
say us three, we're sitting here
manifestation,
believing
dude.
like, okay, if we all take off our right sock at the same exact time, like our recording's gonna be like the best. It's our this just gonna hit 500 views, you know. And if we all genuinely believe it, it just fucking might, you know. Let's just do it right now, just for fuck's sake. I'm just kidding.
That's about
What do you
ready.
guys
I was
look
I was
at?
about to
Can
do
I? Can I? Like, I got it right here.
I
Dude.
was
Are we
about
taking
to-
off our right
Are we
socks right
taking
now,
off our
dude?
right sock?
Are we
I was
taking? I'll
about
do it
to.
for the views, dude. Fuck yeah.
Do we
I'm
believe
taking
it?
out-
Do we believe it?
I
All
wanna
right.
throw
Oh,
it.
I landed on my mouse.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna
mouse
keep
is right
I'm gonna
here.
keep my right sock on me because I'm probably gonna put it back on at some point. But
I
hey,
I probably
definitely
should
will.
have thrown
Hey,
mine,
dude, this is
but-
gonna hit
this
500
is 500
views
views.
at least, bro.
500.
Manifestation, bro. I'm a huge
If this
believer
hits
in all that,
500
bro.
views, I'm going to church.
Okay. If
I'm
run
just
this
kidding.
up, run this up so we can get some
I'm
Jesus
religious.
Run them
in
likes
Donnie's
up,
life.
guys. Run these likes up.
Donnie
He
needs
needs
Jesus.
Jesus.
Run this to 500 views. No,
But
but
yeah, no.
I really think that because there were so many of them and like they told their kids and the oldest people, they all believed that what they did affected the way that the quote unquote gods and the seasons and the weather would occur. That I
Right.
think that belief, I think because we're all like humans nowadays are so distracted by so many things.
Yeah.
Back then they didn't have all those distractions. So it would make sense that their manifestation power, quote unquote, in a sense, was stronger. And especially with that many people believing that, I could see it essentially not these people like literally believing a god into existence, but them believing that them doing something is going to bring rain and bring healthy harvest, actually causing it to do that.
Okay, I see. I get what you're saying. I thought I was taking it more little as you were saying they spoke it into existence. I agree with
Yeah.
the first part of that to where like I just had this conversation with my buddy too. It's the same thing with like psychics and stuff. Like I don't believe in that necessarily, but if someone who really believes they're psychic is constantly like, I predict this is gonna happen, and they're right. I predict like if they just have these feelings, they have these predictions, and 80% of the time, like whatever percent of the time they're right. Like, how do you tell them that that's fake?
Yeah.
Like that's
You
hard to
can't.
do. Like I don't believe in the science. I don't believe in the whatever behind it. Like I don't think people are actually psychic. But if someone does that and it's true to themselves and it's working, like
Yeah.
how do you argue
How
that?
do you can't?
Yeah.
You can't.
I
No,
don't know.
that's the best example we have.
And that, yeah, it sucks, but like it's for something that I don't believe in. Like but there's no way for them to prove it either.
There is that. I mean, there's not. That's what sucks, dude. But
Because like
I
it could
do
just be
believe in
guesses
psychics a
or
little
just
bit.
random feelings. Like
Yeah.
Dude, have you
This
guys?
psychic told me I was gonna go to San Diego State. I'm still in Vegas, so
right, exactly.
let's talk about proof there, huh?
But was it almost a possibility?
Bro, I wanted to go to San Diego State.
So
That was
bro,
my dream college.
yeah. So like,
Which was crazy.
I it's crazy, you know. Like I'm a believer in psychics a little bit. But,
I believe in intuition.
intuition, yeah.
I think
But-
I know what you might say. If not, I have something to add too. But keep
So I was
going.
gonna say I got my tarot cards read one time, you know,
Mhm.
and although they weren't 100% accurate, they were like she mentioned a lot of key points that were happening in my life at the moment. I wouldn't say people are necessarily able to predict the future because the future is unpredictable, but I feel like a lot of people are knowing their intuition, what's happening, you know, what's happening with you and almost where your life could go, you know.
I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, like this person who I got my tarot cards read with, she mentioned a lot of family things that were actually happening right now, you know, like they're like, oh, mom's gonna get surgery. I'm like, dude, my mom just had surgery like 2 days ago. Like,
Yeah.
and it was crazy things like that. And I'm just like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And although not everything that she said has came true, she nailed a lot of things. Without me, you know, I went in there thinking like I don't want her to fish out answers for me. You know,
Right.
I'm gonna show the fuck out and see what she says.
Yeah.
And she nailed a lot of things, dude, that were happening in my life at the moment. And as far as the future goes, you know, there's similar things that kind of happen. And I saw certain situations that could have gone the way that she was telling me, but you know, she was able to nail a lot of the things that were happening in the present. And I'm
It
like,
is. It is crazy. It's like even if you read like your horoscope, like it'd be like sometimes it's just like, man, that you read it at the end of the day and you're like, man, that's really how my day went. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck is
yeah,
going
dude.
on? How do they
Sure.
know?
But I do like what you're saying. Like people, I think are good at reading and understanding in people. But I was gonna take it even a step further because I know we talk about like every decision could create different life paths and
Yeah.
a parallel universe and whatever. What if psychics can see the future, but they can only see one possible timeline, or they only see, or they just see just a bunch of your possible futures, and there's no way for them, like obviously like you're saying, like there's no way for them to be like, this is gonna happen, then this, then this, then this, and then on this date this is gonna happen. But like they could see all of your possible futures maybe, and then they have to use their judgment to say which ones they think are more
Yeah.
true. And like
Yeah.
I could see something like that maybe.
I think everything has, you know, with everything, there's always multiple sides to the story, and there's always some truth and some lie, right? It's always a mixture of in between. So I definitely see ground behind psychics. I'm not going to dispel everything they do. I went to a psychic. She said I was going to go to San Diego State. I wanted to go to San Diego State. She said one of my friends was going to end up going to jail. I went to jail. So you 50% is
Okay, so one of my vlogs, because I've never been to
one of your vlogs. You're going to go to jail.
No. I fucking hope
Let's
not.
make it a mission. No.
That'll be some very good content if it ends up that
can
way.
I take my camera in here?
I was gonna say,
But
take
I
a
was-
camera, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sneak it in
say,
somehow.
They'd be like,
the only
"Fucking
time
hell."
I ever got arrested, I was handcuffed in the back of the cop car, and like I didn't realize they don't take your stuff like obviously until you get to the police station, and like I was really close to like taking a Snapchat of like first time arrested, and like I wanted to do it so bad, and I'm mad I didn't because I wish I still had that video.
Yeah.
Bro, me in the back of a cop car, like first time ever being arrested.
Fucking handcuffed. Were you handcuffed?
Yeah, I was handcuffed, but like,
Yeah.
I could,
Oh,
like,
the
fix
handcuffs
my
are
shit.
just the worst.
They're the
Yeah.
worst.
Have you been arrested, Eddie?
Yeah, dude. I remember I had 2 fake IDs too, bro. And they took everything away from me, dude. And they actually returned the 2 fake IDs. Like
Wow,
it just went
man.
all over their head, like because I had a bunch of cards in there too. I had my
Yeah.
TAM card, my health card, a lot of things with pictures on it. But they fucking returned my wallet with my 2 fake IDs, and I was like 19, dude.
That's
So,
so fun.
yeah, bro. And I was
Those are
like,
some shitty
I
cops.
thought I was gonna, bro. I thought I was gonna get in further
It's like-
trouble
it's
for
like
having
real
that
life
shit.
Superbad.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like they might have let you off the hook, but normally it's like a federal offense.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
like-
dude. Like
they
I was
could
already going to
technically
jail.
charge you.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah.
charged me, dude. That's 2 of them. Like that's I'm replicating a
Were they
federal.
were they very obvious like fake?
Apparently
I mean,
not.
yeah, dude. I mean, they
Like was it your
passed
name, your pictures?
my
and-
yeah, my name, my pictures. It just had a fake address. Like I think I had a Florida and maybe something else, dude, like a Texas or something ID.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
they must have just
They-
literally not
exactly.
looked at
They
it
must have
then.
been like these are old IDs, but
That's
like,
probably what they
yeah.
had to have looked
But
at.
the
But if you
thing
were
is-
19, how many old IDs would you have from 3 different states?
that's
Like-
another thing that I was thinking. I was like, dude, they just weren't looking, bro.
No, yeah,
'cause-
they were.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or they didn't care.
Or,
one of the
or they
two.
didn't care, man. But
They're like, he's already fucked. Like, let him just go get drunk at a random bar after this underage. Fuck it.
I was just surprised I got him back. Like I'm like, if you want to take him away and don't charge me, all right. But,
Yeah.
but they didn't even do anything, bro. They just give him back. I'm like,
That
cool,
wasn't
dude.
that recent, was it? Like, that's all
Dude,
solved and
dude,
figured
yeah,
out? Okay.
dude,
I was
that's-
joking
I was gonna
about
say,
it.
that
and
was-
shit,
I
like,
was
he's like all
19,
salty
dude.
and
I'm-
shit.
It's a pending case.
Yeah,
They're
dude,
like,
no,
we're gonna need those
no,
IDs
dude.
back.
Yeah.
That's when I was 19. I am 31 years old
Yeah,
now.
okay,
so.
okay.
Hey, you know what's crazy? When you're 31, you live your billionth second on this earth. So
Damn,
are you
dude.
more than halfway through being 31? When's your birthday?
I'm like, so my birthday's in November, so I'm like right in the right.
Wow, yeah.
smack in the middle.
November what? It's 6 months
13th.
away. 6 months from 3 days.
So
Yeah, I'm like right there.
so you'll be 32 in November.
Yeah.
Okay, so in June, at some point, June or July, you'll live your billionth second on this earth.
That's wild. I didn't know
I
that.
know, dude.
That's gonna be one of my future vlogs too. My
I'm looking,
billionth second
dude,
on
I'm
this
gonna-
earth.
I'm gonna fucking like
Dude, you just gave me
text
two-
you, Instagram you, be like, bro, guess what time it is? It's my 31 billionth second on
Look
this
it
earth.
up. Like, look it up. It's like I can tell you guys the exact amount of time.
Yeah, I kind of want to know now.
yeah.
Damn,
I'll look it
dude.
up.
How do
This
you
is
know
actually
this?
bro, podcasting.
How do you know
fucking- I
this?
just come across people and like I have a really good memory and I learn really well. Like I was always really good at school. Like I would
Okay.
almost say like I don't have a photographic memory, but like damn near if you tell me something, I'll remember it. You
Gotcha.
know, like so especially if it's
I'm-
interesting.
I'm
if
pretty
it's
good at remembering too,
because
yeah.
I also do a really good job of shit that I don't need, I don't keep. Like you tell me something that's not worthwhile, it's
Yeah, no,
I'll never
there's been
remember it.
so many times that like, because obviously I've been known as a stoner for a while. I've smoked since I was like 15, 16. Like I've taken like a month off for jobs and stuff, but like I'm straight stoner, like 100%. But yeah, everyone just like assumed that like my memory sucked. And like when we talk about like remembering stuff and this and that, and like I would always be the one to be remembering it correctly. And they're like, dude, you have a good memory for being a fucking stoner. I'm like, dude, I do. I'm surprised. But like if there's shit that's like it not that important to me, like I'll forget completely. But other than that,
Dude, shout out to Nevada really quick for no longer testing for weed.
yeah, right.
Because
No, clutch.
that has made my job searching a lot easier, dude.
Dude, I went to my drug test stoned. I smoked.
That's what
and
I'm
went to my
saying,
drug
bro.
test and got
you
hired.
passed, bro,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like I'm notorious for failing drug tests, mainly because of weed. But the last 2 drug tests I took, I passed.
yeah.
And
There's
it was
no weed.
I have nothing to worry about.
yeah.
Like usually I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta take a drug test. Is it a hair test? Is it a
yeah,
pee
you're like,
test?
fuck.
I
I've
gotta
only
take a
taken P
detox.
tests, but
Dude, I'm just notorious for failing them. But the last 2 drug tests, I took.
Did you
I
go hard
passed.
trying to pass when you failed or not really?
Well, yeah, there was. Well,
Or did you try and like
for-
scam the system type shit?
so I mean, I try to. What do you mean when went
No,
hard? Like went
'cause,
hard, doing a
did you
bunch
quit?
of things?
No, like did you
Oh.
quit for like a month and like
No,
work out and all that?
no,
Okay,
dude. Like
I
it
was
was
about to say,
all.
I've never failed a drug test, but like I've always stopped for at least like a month and a half.
Nah,
and-
dude. Usually, like it's all unexpected. Usually, like I'm just already looking for another job wherever I'm at. If I'm not,
And then you're about to get hired, and you're like,
yeah,
oh shit, I
and
gotta
then
take a drug
I-
test in
and
3
then-
days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
3 days or a week, but I'm just notorious for failing them. But the last 2 fucking drug tests I took, they were like, they straight up told me, they were like, we don't test for pot. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, you're
I'm
like, you're
in,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
And it just made searching for a job so much easier.
Yeah, straight up. How many? What date?
Okay,
Or how long?
so this actually will count it for you. We'll link this below in the description. This app that I just found. So you put in your
They better
birth.
fucking pay us.
You put in your birthday. No free ads.
At least get 10%,
just
20%.
because we were talking about it. So you can put in your birthday and then the time you were born. It'll tell you exactly when your billionth second will be. So it says my first billionth second will be on October 19th, 2029 at 9 o'clock. So it's about 30,
All right, let's do all of ours real quick.
so it's about 31 in about 7 months. Yeah. Here
I
we
mean,
go.
unless we don't really want to share everybody, it's not that big a deal to me.
Yeah,
we
okay,
can-
dude.
we could do everybody's.
Yeah.
Y'all want
Here.
my social security?
Yeah, I was about to say, drop your address, social
So when
security,
it says the
your bank
hours and the
account.
time, it's just like the time you were born.
Gotcha.
After this, Eddie, I'm gonna have you do a micro story. Have you seen us do the micro stories on the other podcast?
No, dude. I used no. Let me explain.
Okay, so the micro stories. So basically, what we've been doing as of lately, I think it started with Laura
Laura
Lee.
Lee
Maybe.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we started with Laura Lee. She was up for the task. What I challenge all of our guests to do. I'm laughing to myself because I have one sock on and one sock off.
I know, I'm so
Same,
uncomfortable.
same.
I
This is
keep,
weird.
I
I'm
keep
like, why is my
realizing
foot colder?
I'm like my right foot is so cold, but all for the views, all for the content.
500 plus.
Do it
baby.
for the vibe.
500 plus, baby.
Hell yeah. So what we do is we have our guests basically try to tell us the most interesting story they possibly can in under a minute.
In under a minute. Okay.
We're not
So,
super
yeah.
crazy about the time. Like, we're not gonna
Yeah.
stop you at a
No,
minute,
no,
but
no.
like, try and
Okay.
do a minute.
It's
story,
more
yeah.
impressive if you do it in under a minute. We've only had one person do it in actually under a minute, and that was our last guest, EJ. Everybody else is taking longer, which is fine. Tell your story. You know, if it's a good story, we want to hear it anyways. The point of this segment, so to call it, of our micro stories is to really just, you know, we find out something interesting that we maybe have not talked about, you know, like a story that you would tell to other people, you know, but
Okay.
the quick version, and then we can elaborate on it after, but just
Oh,
for the point of the
God.
micro story. Did it come up for you?
It did.
So
There it is.
so Eddie's billionth second will be on July 22nd, 2021
So
at
this
10:05.
year.
Yeah.
July what? 2nd?
July 22nd,
22nd.
at
Okay,
10:05.
10:05.
AM, PM.
Okay.
It doesn't say. I'm gonna assume AM.
Bam.
I'm gonna have to
July
write that down
22nd. I'm gonna look.
You're gonna be in my vlog.
I'm gonna
Happy
try to
happy
remember.
billion second, brother.
Because I want to make my own vlog, but mine's gonna be a little
Here,
bit
Donnie.
longer. Mine's gonna be a few more
Dude,
years.
now I'm trying to think of
But
an
I'm gonna come
interesting
put you in my
story.
vlog for
crazy.
your billionth
That's
second.
not
You're,
gonna
you're
get me in
really about to
trouble.
live your billionth second, and I think it's so like 13 is my favorite number, and I love like for some reason I have these numbers in my head where it's 1, 3, 7, 11, 13. I just had that number
Oh,
combination in my
man.
head after I did acid one time, and it's been with me ever since. Like I literally live by those numbers on some weird shit. I'm a weirdo, but it was crazy to me because first of all, 137 is the universal constant, and I found that out after I had these numbers in my head. So I'm like, what divine intervention gave me these numbers? Like, what are these the key to? And I see 137 everywhere, 137, 13, 13, all across the board. But it was so crazy to me that you live your billionth second when you're 31, which is basically 13 backwards, you know. And I
Gotcha.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, it's like that number really like, and people think 13 is such bad luck. That's what another thing
Dude,
that
my
attracted
birthday's
me
on
to
the
it.
13th, so
Yeah.
I have my birthday on Friday the 13th. You know,
Hell yeah.
every now and then they're like, "Dude, that's bad luck." I'm like, well, it's my birthday.
This is just
what can I do?
That's my life, you know.
I'll go get a $20 tattoo. You know,
Yeah, right.
Friday-
No, for
Friday the
real.
13th.
this is one of the coolest apps I've seen.
Yeah.
This is just interesting.
a
Weird.
cool
I've
app.
lived for over 834 million seconds already. Just
Damn.
saying it like that sounds weird. What if we aged ourselves in seconds? Like how old are you? 834 million.
Actually,
and a half.
834 million, and now it's 834 million and two.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have
And
to
a
like round it a
three.
little bit, but yeah,
And
no,
a
my
four.
billionth second.
Do
June
you want the live
12th.
update?
Yeah, June 12th, 2026.
Damn, my shit's 2029. I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah.
But look, even as I was just talking about 13, this shit says 131.
Dude,
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like
those
the
are the numbers for you, bro.
yeah, no, I know. They follow me
13.
everywhere. Like the weirdest shit'll happen. Like I'll be like, when I used to go play poker a lot, like I'd go in and like I'd park my car and then like I'd look up at the license plate and it would say like 137 or something. And I'd go in and I'd play fucking great poker, you know, and then times I wouldn't see anything 13 related, like I would fucking lose probably quick as fuck, you know, because for me, it was always like you made it to the final table or like I lost within like the first like 30 minutes. Because
I've never won money on a poker tournament before. I've only played like maybe 10.
The most
I
the
won't
most
play
I
in a
ever
poker
won
tournament.
was 1,200. It was probably 100 people in the tournament, and it was a $200 buy-in, and we got down to 6 of us, and the prize pool was so big, we were all like, "Fuck it, let's just take 1,200 and get out of here."
Hell yeah.
That was the best game of poker I think I've ever probably played in my life,
Dude, the first time I ever played it was my buddy Canopo's birthday. We went on our first 21st, and we played in a poker tournament. And I think it was like 4, maybe 5 of us that were all like just there in the tournament. And me, and I think it was my buddy Avi. Anyway, it was 2 of us that got down to like, it was like the final, let's say like 8, and the top 6 got paid.
Mhm.
And we were literally the next 2 to get out.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was already looking bad. Like we shouldn't have
Bubble
won.
boys.
Like we were already
Yeah.
struggling. But yeah, we literally were the last 2 to get out before people got paid. And we're like, what the fuck?
That's the worst.
Yeah,
bro.
it was rough.
Like especially when I would be playing like a really good tournament and like the payouts would be really good if you could just like ladder
Yeah.
up one more spot and like you know like when it gets down to like 8 and they're only paying 7, everybody's playing so fucking stupid
Yeah.
and it's like ridiculous.
And
And
dude,
like,
it was one of those where like I didn't have a crazy good hand, but I definitely had like a 2 pair queen high or like pair of queens. Like I had something decent that like I had low enough money that I was just basically forced to go all in and hopefully win. But like it was one of those hands where I could have easily won, but like they just had a better hand. Like it was either like a 2 pair and
Yeah,
they
or
had 3 of a
trips,
kind or
yeah.
just something like that. But
the best poker tournament I think I ever placed wise like with people. I played in a tournament that had 800 people in it. It was online and I got second. And that was really crazy for me. I was playing that shit for like 8 hours.
yeah, online tournaments are the best. I like
And I
those.
think I won like 700 off of that, which was great because I was stuck like $500 before that tournament and I got it all back. And I was like,
Hey.
I was sitting there for like 8 hours and I was like, it's all going to be worth it. if I
Oh,
just
you want to
fucking
hear?
get
Well,
cash."
since we're talking about gambling, I'll tell a micro story. This is a new one.
I got
I'll
a micro
start it
story
off.
about gambling.
I was about to
too.
say, okay,
So,
okay,
you got
that's
it?
perfect. I'll technically start it off
Well,
because this is
I got
pretty
another
recent.
one after that too.
Okay, yeah, we can do it.
This will be just like
You could just
macro
tell you could just
stories.
tell your gambling story
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you can do
yeah.
your other
I
micro
was about to
story.
say, yeah, this will be the macro stories category since we got a bunch of stories, not a bunch of little ones. But so the other day, it was like 2 or 3 days ago, I had bet, I put $200 on my account. I bet it all on a random game, like a random over. I won it, so I was up to like 350. I put 50 on one game and I put 300 on the Knights plus 1.5. At the end of the Knights game, there was they pulled their goalie and they were losing 1-0, and the dude had a fast break. And it like got knocked away, but it was a penalty and it didn't go in. And then they did a face off and it looked like the game ended 1-0. And I was like, all right, cool. I won. I shut the laptop. I opened my account. They paid me. The game looked like it won. They paid me. I started gambling more on the game, whatever. And then all of a sudden I had like $300 on this basketball game. And I went in to try and hedge it, like take the other side and just like make sure I didn't lose both bets. I look at my account. I have like negative $100 in my gambling account. And I'm just like,
Damn.
I just had over $300. I was like, how does this happen? That bet. So apparently on the fast break, if it's a penalty, it's an automatic goal. So they lost 2-0 and the casino accidentally paid me. I gambled all that money
Wow.
and then they took the fucking bet back. And I ended up winning.
That's the problem with my bad to cut your story short, but I
I
think
mean,
if,
that's the end, but yeah.
I think if you get fucking paid, they cannot take it back.
Yeah, they fucked up the
Yeah, dude,
scoring.
that-
and
yeah.
then-
That's not on you. That's not
No,
on
it
you.
wasn't. Yeah.
Because I've been playing like there's been times where I play roulette and like they give you an extra $20 or like there's actually been times where they've paid me like an extra $200, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I know the math, you know, if I'm
Yeah.
hitting, I know the fucking math I'm supposed to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't, why are you gambling? you
My
know?
account, I mean, with the bets I had, my account ended up not staying negative.
Yeah.
But like I could have made a lot more with the money I thought I had because I would have been hedging, hitting middles, everything. And then obviously, if my account would have stayed negative, I would have went there and been like, "Yo, you guys fucking gave me money and then took it away. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not paying you money. Like, you can put my account at 0 because that's where it should be, but like, I'm not paying you more money. I wouldn't gamble money I didn't put on my account.
Yeah,
So, like,
for sure.
but it ended up working out. I won a couple of the bets. Like, I was positive on my account anyway, so like, it was fine. But it was fucked. It was the most fucked gambling story that's ever happened. And I know the worst part about it. Oh my god, I didn't figure out this. Speaking, it was a high moment. So we're watching YouTube highlights of the games before because BYU was playing whatever team. So we were on YouTube watching highlights to see whether or not we should bet on the game. It was supposed to start at 8 and it was like 7:30. And like this person posted a YouTube video, like it wasn't like a highlight thing. It was like the entire just game.
Yeah.
So like they were starting with like the national anthem, whatever, and like it was taking forever for the game to start. So we straight up forgot we were watching YouTube. Fucking, we're smoking, chilling. The game like technically started and we thought it was the real game. So we're like live betting the game, like taking it. Like, and once again, we thought the casino was fucking up and didn't realize the game was starting. So we're betting on the game thinking we're like getting like good odds and shit. And then all of a sudden my buddy's like, are you sure we're caught up? And like we pull up the controller and we're on YouTube and we're like, no fucking way. Like, how would the game start early? There's no way. And like, yeah, so like we deserved to get fucked over anyway, but like that whole situation and that day of gambling was just fucking weird.
Damn.
Yeah.
I got a little story about gambling. You were talking about roulette, dude. And I remember it's not that fucked up of a story, but I remember it was Thanksgiving, maybe around like 2017 or 2016. And I ended up going to the casino with a few friends, you know, because they have usually like a nice buffet or something with like bottomless mimosas or something. And I remember, dude, like I'm not much of a gambler. I'm somewhat conservative, but I do like to enjoy myself. So I was playing roulette at a table. And I was doing I have a little trick where I do a slow kind of get up, you know, and I was kind of broke at the time, but I was, I got $20, you know. And I remember like I got it up to 100. It took me a few hours, actually.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 hours, you know, and I'm getting drinks. I'm still having a great time. But I see this guy come up to the table, this Asian guy, bro. Like he was looking fly and everything. He comes in there with the fucking, I forgot if it was 100 or like a $500 chip, but he comes in there and bets it all on black. And then hits and walks off. And I was like, damn, dude, like, I have $100 chip right here.
Yeah.
I have $100 chip right here. So I sit out three turns. It hits 3 in a row, red. I'm like, this is going to hit black for sure.
Yeah.
The next one, I'm like, dude, I'm all in. I'm wasting my time here. I should do what this guy's doing. You know? I'm over here I'm like, dude, what am I doing? I spent like fucking 2 hours already here. So I put it all on black since it hit fucking red like 3 or 4 times. I forget exactly what it was. And, you know, the fucking thing starts spinning again. And it slowly goes, you know, to a number. And then it fucking hits red one more time, dude. And I'm like, dude, I spent 2 hours here building up my $20 to 100. Saw some guy. Well, yeah, but what made me mad, I was like, I saw somebody do it. And I was trying to follow his steps, knowing that I climbed slowly, doing my own work. You know, his goal strategy is completely different than mine. You know, why am I going to try
strategy, he can lose $500.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah, he's like, whatever, you know. But mine, I was so mad because I spent 2 or 3 hours just sitting there trying to build that slowly up, and I saw somebody else do something, and I was like, dude, I could do the same thing. And nope.
I can't tell you how many times I've been playing roulette and like somebody just like random. I'm like sitting there like maybe winning a little bit or like really trying to grind it out, like losing most of the time or whatever. And somebody will just walk up and be like 25 on 18 and it fucking hits. Dude, and I'm like, fuck, bro. Like you got to tell me these things, you know? But so now like I don't really gamble at all nowadays. But like when like what I used to do like is not like after that happened to me so many times, like somebody walks up to the fucking table and they put something on like a 25 chip on a number. Yeah, I'm on that number because I'm not missing out. Yeah. Fuck
for
that.
Sure.
That shit always happens.
Yeah, no, that is a really good life lesson though. And I'm gonna take it a step further and apply it to stocks. Like that's the similar mentality is like if you see someone making money in a stock and it's up 15-20%, everyone wants to jump in and make money. But normally at that time, it's too late.
It's time to sell.
And you kind of just got to do your own thing. And like whatever's been working for you, regardless what's working for other people, if it's working for you, stick to it. Like it should continue to work for you. Like you built a solid system, like stop trying to use other people's systems.
Hell yeah.
And I do like that story a lot. And it's funny.
I also
it sucks for you, but like we're back.
You know,
so.
But I mean,
we've all been there.
Luckily I'm not there anymore where, you know, I'm only gambling $20 on Thanksgiving. Like.
We would be doing reckless shit, bro. Like I remember I had like $28 and we were about to go to work and we're like, fuck it, let's just go throw this on the table real quick. 28 on the middle section. It hit. So I don't know what that is. It's like 80 something or whatever. Maybe 70 something. But then I'm like, fuck it. We got a few more minutes. Put it on the third section. It hits again. I'm like, we're at like $256 off of $28 at this point. Two spins. I'm like, all right, we got to go up one more time. I'm like, fuck it. First section, and it fucking hits. And we hit for like $700 and just went into work. I was like, man, I don't even need to go to work.
Call out.
Before I'll preface this with saying, obviously only gamble money you're willing to lose. But there's been a couple times where like I'll go out, like if we're going out and like people are drinking, we're willing to gamble. Like if I'm sitting down saying I'm going to gamble, like I'm normally willing to lose a decent amount because I want to win big. Like if you want to win thousands in a night, like you can't be betting $5 a hand on blackjack and whatever. Like you have to bet big. You have to be willing to lose it, whatever. So like there's been times like I'll be out like $200, $300, $400 and after like hours of gambling, then like I'll just be so mad. I'm like, this shit's not working. Similar situation. I'm like, let's just fucking win it back. I'm down 300. $400. Am I putting it on black, red? What am I doing? Just like a 150-50 odds just to save the night. 90% of the time I lose that too.
Yeah, dude.
Like, and then you just double your losses immediately. And you're like, well, fuck.
You're like, should have stuck with the old strategy.
Yeah.
Another time was the last gambling story I'll tell, but I was walking into work again, and it was I was walking in through the Treasure Island, going across to the Venetian, and I don't know, I was just like, I had this $20 in my pocket. Like I had one $20 bill in my pocket, and there was like, I walked up and the table only had one person playing there, and I'm like, fuck it, let me just throw $20 on 13, like just for shits and giggles. I don't give a fuck if I lose this 20. I throw it and like I look away and I'm on my phone, and like all of a sudden I hear the lady go, congratulations, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, it just hit fucking 13. I was like, I'm the guy that just fucking walked up and it just hit. I was like, let's go. I always wanted to be that guy, I finally got that.
Hell
But yeah,
yeah.
so I walked into work with $700, and I'm like,
Dude, that's
I was
awesome.
like the first person there. I'm like, yeah, you guys can cut me whenever.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm good.
I was like, I made about a week's worth here, so.
That's the only shitty thing about the stock market is like there'll be days where like I'll be watching the market and like it's a really good day for the market. I'm making money and I'm just like, I really have to go to work right now. I was like, I'm making more money by just sitting here looking at my phone and like investing. I was like, I don't want to go to
Especially
work right
days
now.
where
Like,
you're up like 6,000 and you're like, man, I could probably take this 6,000 and not work for 2 months.
yeah, but then there are days where
Yeah,
I'm down
dude,
6,000 and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, I need to go get some fucking money before I'm broke.
Right.
Like,
That's true,
fuck.
Are you ready for your micro story?
All right, let's do it.
All right. Let's wait for the minute to change. You're good.
All right.
Go ahead, Eddie.
2010s.
One time when it was my stepbrother's wedding. I remember we were all hanging out. You think you're with family, dude. And I was kind of young. I was probably 21 years old, so I was still pretty new to controlling how much I should be drinking, especially different things and everything.
Yeah.
But I remember like it was my stepbrother's wedding, and I remember I had a few Bud Lights. More specifically, to fast forward the story, we were at this after the ceremony, so the after party, you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember like I was drinking a little bit, and I thought, I'm like, dude, I'm not driving. I'm with my family. My family's gonna take care of me if anything happens. I'm not. There's no getting too drunk here. But I remember like my stepbrother's.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah, exactly, dude. My stepbrother's best friend, that was his best man. I remember like drinking with him a little bit, and he's like, dude, that's probably like your second cup of or third cup of champagne in like 5 minutes. You should probably chill out. And that's one of the last few things I remember. I remember going to the bathroom, bro, and talking to my friend. Like they were like, hey, you're gonna come over to smoke and everything. And I remember talking to them like, hey, dude, like I don't think my mom's gonna let me drive after this. Like I'm pretty fucked up. And that's literally the last thing I remember. So I wake up at my house in a completely different change of clothes. Just gym shorts and I had a suit on and everything before, and I wake up and my stepdad's like, hey man, you got a lot of shit to clean up. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? And I look at my mom, because he said he's a big jokester. He's just always fucking around. And my mom's like, no, you do. And she's like, there's puke all over the car and everything. I was like, oh God. So she breaks down the story to me, and this is the last where I remember, dude. I remember being in the bathroom talking to my friend, like, hey, dude, mom's not gonna let me drive. But my mom told me she found me in the bathroom, trying to sit my pants back up, because I was too drunk to fucking zip them up.
Yeah.
But I was too drunk to do that. Yeah, dude. And she was just like, yeah, I found you in the bathroom. And you were pretty fucked up. You were trying to bang this girl. We were in a suite, but you were trying to bang this one girl at your stepbrother's suite in their room. And I'm like, all right, it's like there's pictures, of you being too drunk, passed out on the stairs. I looked at the picture saying, yeah. And she was like, what's crazy is like, we were trying to get you puke before you got anywhere in the elevator or anything.
Yeah.
They're like, we were scared that you're gonna puke in the elevator because of it goes up and down. So they were trying to make me puke. I let him puke. And I go in the elevator, and they said as soon as they closed the elevator, I kind of gagged a little bit, but I was still cool.
Oh man.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, all right, whatever. And we got to my mom's car, and they said, I don't know why they put me in the middle fucking seat, but we got to my mom's car. It was my stepdad, my stepdad's dad, my mom, my stepdad's cousin, and they threw me in the middle. And they said, as soon as they closed the doors, dude, I puked all over everybody, bro.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, bro, like we had shrimp fucking Alfredo or shrimp linguine or something before, dude. And I remember like I was the most hungover ever cleaning this shit up, dude. Like my mom's like, yeah, dude, like you need to clean this up. And I had a massive headache. It was pounding, dude. But I'm fucking cleaning up little pieces of shrimp, dude, and I'm gagging, dude, and it was pretty fucking disgusting, dude. And as all that was going on, dude, like I remember like looking for my wallet, something, I need to go get a Gatorade or something, dude. Like this is probably too much anyway, but I remember like feeling my pants, like, dude, my pants are wet. I'm like, Mom, did I piss my pants? And then she was just like, probably. And I was like, fuck, dude, like how fucked up did I get? But after that, dude, like I don't drink champagne. I don't drink champagne, and I know better than to get that fucked up, dude. Like even if it is family, you know, they took care of me. Obviously, I wasn't in harm or anything. But, and that was probably way longer than a minute. But
that was a good, funny story though. That was good.
I just, dude,
I do have one puke in a car story.
And I don't puke, dude. Like I mind my tolerance very, very much. But I was with family, and I was like, dude, they got me.
That's all it takes, bro. Is letting your guard down for 1 second, and then you're obliterated drunk.
Yeah, I was actually visiting. Me and my buddy went to one of our buddies' house from college. It was like a few hours away, so we were staying there. And he lives with his parents and everything. So his parents were dropping us off at a party, and then like came and picked us up, and they were just cool about it. Anyways, obviously I was super fucked up, blacked out, don't remember. But apparently on the way back, because I woke up similar situation, like I didn't have any clothes. I was in like different clothes. My clothes were gone. They said like they were washing them. Obviously I puked on myself. But fucking they said in the car, because he drives like a Mercedes, like he drives like a super nice car. And like obviously I was aware that we were in a nice car. And like I apparently didn't want to say like pull over or whatever, I have to puke or anything. They just said out of nowhere they heard me puking and they looked over. I literally just puked inside of my shirt on myself. Didn't get any puke on his car.
Wow, clutch.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty funny, but I was just like, there's no way I can imagine myself.
I would have been like, I would have been driving. I'm like, good shit, Donny.
Yeah, like that's
now get out and like
wrap it all up.
No, it made it that much less awkward the next day because for real, like at least like I had to like sit down and eat breakfast with his family and they made us food and we were chilling and like it wasn't weird and awkward and it didn't suck because like nothing was really wrong. Yeah, it was embarrassing, I guess, but I didn't care. I was
you were the hero of that night.
You were, dude. You were.
I was the villain and the hero.
You're your own kryptonite and your own hero, dude.
I was like, all right, I'm about to fuck up the day so I can save it. But yeah, no, that's my only like puke in a car story. That was me at least. Other people have puked in my car. But.
I puked on prom in our party bus. It was pretty bad.
Oh man.
And this girl told me like years later, she's like, you know, you threw up on my ankle, right? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
We're going to change these titles and the timestamps. It's not going to be micro stories. There's going to be 2 of them. It's literally going to be gambling stories and then puke stories.
New segment, guys.
Those are literally the 2 things we had.
We could move off the vomit, you know?
Yeah.
Eddie, do you guys have any like cool stories from like performing or like cool like stories where you have just like really good experiences involving music or like times you really felt like this is what I want to do the rest of my life, you know?
So before performing, I feel like most people feel it this way, but you know, you get a little antsy, a little nervous. You know, your nerves are all over the place. And I remember performing at Ninja Karaoke on 420. And this is the first time I actually felt like an artist, you know? Like I brought a girl to the show and the promoter, like usually we have to check in. They're like, oh, you're so-and-so. Yeah. He already knew who I was. So this was kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
But this is when, like probably like in 2018, maybe even 2019. But I remember this is when weed was a little bit more acceptable, more than usual. And like I said, this is when I felt like an artist, bro. I remember like it was our turn to perform. Someone handed me a blunt right beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And it was outside in the middle of the venue, dude. And I smoked that motherfucker right there, you know? And I was like, dude, this is cool.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, and it was some 422. So, you know, it was a weed concert. But that was probably one of the coolest experiences I ever had, you know, like just being able to be me in front of a bunch of people and perform and not being judged, you know, like, hey, you can't smoke in here, or like, hey, like you can't be doing that in here. So that's a pretty cool, you know.
Hell yeah, especially that they knew you, like, and
yeah,
like,
dude. And I brought a girl, you know, and I was ready to pay for homegirl because I had my money on. Like, oh no, you're ex from Wasteland. You guys are cool. I'm like, fuck yeah.
You're like, yeah, we're cool.
Yeah. I have my money right, dude, and I'm like
I almost called your boss, guy.
Let me speak to the manager.
I can't wait for that day where it's like I come up to a restaurant and like I'm talking to the guy at the front and I'm like, yeah, can I get a table? And he's like, oh, we don't have anything right now. And then the manager comes from behind. He's like, that's Jake Rawlins. Like,
Dude, that's gonna
Mr.
be
Rawlins,
amazing.
your
bro.
table-
I
your
don't want
table's
that
ready.
ever.
We,
Your
we,
table's
we've been
ready.
saving
that
this
ever.
section for you. You want that one bottle over
Yeah.
there? That's your name all over.
That'd be
it, so.
badass to have one. But I feel like that's something you don't like randomly get and then it goes away.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to have that happen like once or twice, but like I don't want to like be known everywhere. Like I'd rather people
Yeah, for
not
sure.
know me. I don't know.
Be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
with everything I want to do in life, it's kind of inevitable for me not to be known eventually.
I mean, I want to be known for like a legacy. I don't necessarily need to be recognized.
I hear
If
that.
that makes sense. I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
feel 100%.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like if someone's like, I don't know who you are, I've never followed you, like it's cool. It's like sorry, like you didn't find my work.
Yeah,
Like it's
go
not like you
subscribe.
it's not like you looked at me and you're like, this dude sucks, I don't like him. So like
Mhm.
there's so many people in the world, like can't know everybody. But
Yeah, no, for sure. I think-
I'd rather be, yeah, like you said, just like behind the scenes, fucking no one knows who I am. Just
hell
like,
yeah, just rich.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. I think that's what I kind of want to do. You know, like I love twitching and I love making the music and stuff. But you know, I like looking at financial investments, dude. Like I actually thrive off of that. Like
Yeah.
finding when I find a new fucking like coin that I really like or something, I'm like, dude, that has purpose. You know, like
Yeah.
I get excited about shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, I still get excited about performing and stuff. But I mean, I think the most I made for music, it's like $40, $50. You know,
Yeah.
it's not much. And not saying I don't want to be big. I would
Yeah.
love to be big, you know.
Yeah.
But I also look at other things. I'm like, dude, that shit excites me too. You know,
That's like what we were talking about earlier. You know, you just because you're pursuing it, it doesn't mean you're giving up on your passion, knowing that
Mhm.
you need to make money elsewhere because you do need money to advance, especially in music. You
Yeah,
need a lot of money
yeah,
to
dude.
advance your career. You know,
And
like,
yeah, and that's the crazy dude. I want to elaborate on is people think that you always have to make money from your passion. It's like you can continue to do your passion. It could be a hobby. You could technically, I don't want to say lose money, but you could be spending money on your hobby if you're enjoying it and having fun. As long as, like you said, you have other ways to
Yeah.
make money. Like I don't care if I ever make $1 from podcasting. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm set up in other areas that I can continue to do this, and it's a hobby that is fun to me, and I have value from it other than income.
yeah, dude.
like, I
This was
gained
a
so
good
much
time
more,
right here.
yeah.
So you know,
Straight up,
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about like music too is like same thing coming back to the artist is you're really making art and sharing your
Yeah.
art with people. Is just like who cares if you sell 1 million copies? Obviously that'd be awesome, but like you want people to connect to your message and hear what you're saying so much more than any amount of money could like satisfy that need or satisfy that desire. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
if people listen to your songs and you hear them like, hey, I really felt you when you said this, like this helped me in this way, like that's so much more meaningful than any amount
exactly,
of money. I
dude.
feel like.
Yeah.
100%. Who's your favorite artist, Eddie?
Dude, I don't. There's too many artists out there. An artist that I do like a lot recently, Anderson .Paak, man. Like I
Hell yeah.
love that dude. I'm so excited for this project that he's gonna drop. I don't know if you guys saw he's gonna drop a
Mhm.
project with Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Bruno a lot too. I'm just all over the place with music, man. Like I listen, like I'm a rapper, dude. But to be honest, I don't listen to a lot of rappers other than local rap. Like I don't listen to a lot of stuff. I do listen to Kendrick, J. Cole.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I do listen
The
to good
main,
stuff,
the main,
the
yeah,
main
yeah.
ones. But I don't go diving to see like, hey, what's the next biggest, you know, the baby.
Who's
or-
hot now, yeah.
exactly. Like I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, the baby's hard.
The baby
you know
is
what I
hard,
mean?
yeah. But I don't go looking for the next,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
Lil Baby, the baby or whatever.
I don't.
So
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
I was gonna say, like, I just listened to vibes lately, and Anderson .Paak brings all those vibes that I like.
You heard
know,
Cut Him In?
by him?
Yeah, by Anderson .Paak and I think Rick Ross.
I think so, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a really good
I
song.
haven't.
It's a really good song. I love that song. Gets me hype. I listen to it when I'm drunk for sure.
Dude, I like his all his projects, dude. Like Venice was amazing. I feel like his last project, Ventura, probably one of my favorite albums.
Was there a project called Malibu?
Yes, there is. That's
Yeah,
the second.
that's the one. That's the one I think I really got put onto.
It's good. It's more theatrical and a little bit more soul. Venice is like all like a little bit more EDM, and then Ventura is R&B-ish and soul, dude. Like, but I love that cat. I saw him live.
Yeah,
one time,
I saw him
and-
live too. Yeah.
and he puts on a hell of a show, dude. Like he's drumming, fucking singing at the same time, running back and forth, man.
Yeah.
He has the
I
hype.
do appreciate that a lot when I see like people perform is the what's it called, the live instrumentation or the musicality of it
Mhm.
behind it, you know. Like I like to see people who are artists, you know, especially like that are proclaimed artists and they do dabble in R&B and rap and all these other genres. I love to see them also, you know, when they bring their performances to life, like incorporate that live instrumentation and like show that, you know, like, hey, I am a rapper or I am an artist,
Yeah.
but like I can also play the drums and the piano and the guitar. Like, and it really does go to speak. Like there is people in this world that are like made to do certain things, like not everybody can go and play 5 instruments and be a rapper,
course,
but
yeah.
You got Anderson .Paak here who can play
Doing a
pretty
bunch
much
of shit.
he can probably
dude.
play every instrument there
And
is.
someone who he worked with and someone who I think is the exact same way. And my answer will never change. I don't think it ever will change. Mac Miller, yeah.
I knew that.
It's hard for me to not bring him up when we talk about music, and I didn't say his name once this podcast, so I'll bring him up now.
You get your one Mac Miller
He's
great,
every
dude,
podcast.
and I'm a little upset that I got put onto him a little late, dude. I
mean, it
I didn't
sucks,
listen
but
to him until he passed away, unfortunately. R.I.P. But he's great, dude. He's amazing,
he
dude.
is.
He's like everything I've listened by him, and it's funny. Like I got into him one time, and I was fucking tripping off mushrooms and a little bit of acid, and like I was like I forgot what song it was, but it just started. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I was like, oh, that's Mac, dude. And I listened to the Divine Feminine. What's his other album? Swimming
Circles.
Swimming Circles. That's the other one. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
those two,
great.
like they released Swimming. No, Circles came out after.
Circles
right?
came out post-mortem.
Yeah,
he released Swimming.
So he
and
released
he died
Swimming,
like a few months after.
and it was supposed to be. I think there was a third album. I forget the whole third name, but it was supposed to be like combination album. It was gonna be Swimming in Circles, and then he was gonna release a third album that was like his old school like rap, blah blah whatever, and like it was supposed to be like a combo project of like one message between the 3 albums. Like no matter if he goes and swims out into these other endeavors and like had a whole different genre of music, he's always gonna come back to what he loves in the hip hop and the whatever. And yeah, I forget the exact interview. There was it was like some guy who's prominent in music and whatever, but he has like a bunch of instruments, and he said Mac Miller would come over and like he would just give Mac Miller this random instrument, and like Mac Miller would just be able to play it and just pick it up instantly and just would just freestyle just songs with it. And just he said it was just like he would cry. Like he said he would literally just stand outside the door and like cry sometimes, just like listening to what Mac Miller would just like make off like just that like right off the bat or whatever.
He was a genius. And I was actually talking to my friends the other day about throwing the word genius around, because it really, or was I talking to you about that, Donnie? Was I talking to you about that? Throwing the word
I don't know,
genius
but
around?
it's funny that you say that because we are talking about It's Always Sunny yesterday and whether or not the characters were geniuses, and we had a super long conversation about genius, but it wasn't you and me having a conversation.
so
but I did have a genius conversation yesterday.
What we were talking about is like, it's hard to throw the word genius around. It's like it's more acceptable to be brilliant, right? Like I would say like
Brilliant.
because geniuses I feel like are really once in a lifetime, or like not like there can only be one genius living at a time, but like when I think of genius, I think of people like Nikola Tesla. I think of people like Elon Musk. I think of people like Michael Jackson. I think of people that really like revolutionized what they're doing and like did it in such a brilliant manner that it can only be seen as genius.
Yeah. I think genius by itself, I agree with that. You have to limit it. But I have no problem with like a categorical genius. Like he's a lyrical genius. He's a beat genius. Like if you narrow it down to one specific
Mac
topic,
Miller was
like,
a musical genius, though.
yeah, like a
He
musical
was,
genius.
dude.
Yeah.
And he worked for that too, dude. Because he
He did,
started
he
as a
worked
rapper,
hard.
bro, and then learned how to play the keys, and then learn how to fucking play other instruments.
Yeah.
That dude's great. R.I.P.
Yeah, I miss him. 100%.
There's
Like
a little
that's
ASMR
the
there.
first.
Just breathe hella heavy
That's
in
the
mic.
like first celebrity death that I was really just like I felt like I lost a friend. Like it was wild. Like I was like depressed and sad like that he was gone. It was wild. Like I felt that a little bit with Kobe, not really, but like with Mac, like I literally like still to this day, like it feels like he should be here. Like he's I don't know.
See, I was like the opposite. Like I felt that really a lot with Kobe. Like Kobe was like,
Dude, Kobe was I mean,
growing
they were
up.
both mind blowing, dude. But I feel like Kobe was more of an impact to me too.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I really want to stop losing so many rappers. I feel like in the last 2 years, so many rappers have died. It's just as an industry that anybody involved needs to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sadly, a lot of times it comes down to drugs and or violence.
Yeah,
And yeah, we talked about this one time before, but
it's the
people in
music
that genre
industry, man.
tend to
That is
promote
the music
that
industry, bro,
sometimes, yeah.
and that's what sucks. There's a lot of people that promote it. That's because it's the cool thing,
And it's slowly shifting, I think.
Yeah, it kind of is.
One of
I
my
wouldn't say it's
favorite.
going away, but I think there's more people promoting positivity than there were before. I don't think the negativity is going away. It's just kind of being balanced out with more of Chance the Rapper lyrics and whoever else. That's just like, yeah, I'll talk about what I used to do and understand that, but like understand like I'm not promoting this and I'm just telling a story. Or like same with Chief Keef. Like Chief Keef, like people claim he promotes it, but like if you really listen to his lyrics, like
I've never listened really to Chief Keef.
he doesn't tell like stories. I wouldn't say he's the best rapper, but like he doesn't necessarily like promote violence. He talks about it, but like to him, that's where he came from. That's all he knew. He's just talking about what he knew. He's not trying to say like, hey guys, go do this. It's cool. It's whatever. But like some rappers and some music really is like that. Like you need to have drugs, women, clothes, whatever to be cool. Like
One of my favorite rappers, Saba, who's also from Chicago. he has a song where he basically says, you know, in a better cadence than I'm about to say it, but he basically says, you know, the music industry, they wanted a drug dealer and now they want a drug addict, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
that-
Yeah. I forgot who brought it up, but yeah, that's what they were.
They
Someone
com-
was talking about, dude. Like older hip hop, they were talking about selling drugs. Now hip hop nowadays, they talk about doing it.
Yeah, that's the whole like millennial versus Gen Z.
Yeah.
It's like we grew up on drug dealer music, y'all are growing up on drug addict music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the famous like little saying that
Yeah.
people talk about. Yeah, it's
Hell
true.
yeah.
It's like we grew up like hustling and looking at it as like, yeah, they're selling drugs and doing all that, but like they're doing it for the money and the business and to support their family and like be a boss and whatever. Like they're not selling drugs to be cool. Like it's
Yeah.
cool and it's looked at as like idolized, but like that's not their goal.
Yeah.
Like most people that are really selling drugs don't want people
Yeah,
that
they
aren't
don't-
buying drugs for them to know they're
Yeah,
selling drugs.
exactly, dude.
Like you don't advertise it if you're really out there selling drugs. Like,
Yeah.
Unless you're Jay Z.
yeah.
It's Jay-Z, and then it's
Yeah,
very
it's
it's very
Jay-Z.
profitable for you.
Straight up.
Shout out Jay-Z.
Yeah, dude.
Also,
Hova.
come on whenever you want, Hov.
Get
Don't
you
worry.
on
Oh, we
here,
didn't
Ho.
schedule him for next week yet?
I'm talking to him.
Oh,
you
okay,
know, We'll
okay.
see. We'll see. He's busy. He's
yeah,
busy.
yeah.
He's busy.
We're
with
busy
beat.
too. I get it.
He's
It's-
busy. We're
He'll
busy.
be out of town, dude, so
you
you're
know.
good, you're
Nah,
Oh,
man,
man.
I am all for, you know, expressing your artistry. Like with Chief Keef, you know, I've never hated on Chief Keef. I don't necessarily say I'm like I listen to Chief Keef every day. My homies love Chief Keef.
Oh, I love
like,
Chief Keef too.
They
Yeah.
love the drill shit. Like
Yep.
I'm just not that big into drill personally, you know what I mean? But I respect artistry from all forms. And it is really just them telling their truth. And I respect that and I get that. And if it's not for me and it's for somebody else, then 100% I have no
Yeah.
problem with that. Why would you? You know, you have no right to have a problem with what somebody else listens to. What I have a problem with in the music industry is the glorification of
Right.
these
Idolizing it.
vices and these. It's because the problem is, you know, you got to think about it. When we were kids, right? You know, and kids is in like middle school, right? You're listening to rap or you're listening to whatever you listen to, you know. And now, so these kids in middle school are listening to this rap that comes out nowadays. These people don't know. Some of the kids probably don't even know who Jay-Z is, you know. or,
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
no,
true.
like some people might not. They probably know who Kanye is because Kanye is just
They
everywhere.
know J.
but-
Cole.
yeah, they don't know J. Cole. Like they don't know all these people, like Wale. But who's Wale? Who's Wall?
Who's Whale?
Whale.
Not that everyone should.
Somebody called
but
him. Somebody called him Whale the other day.
Dude, when I first heard about it, I'm like, is that Whale?
A lot of people don't know who Soulja Boy is.
Yeah, no, straight up.
That's
But
old school now.
my problem is like we have all these rappers coming up nowadays, and they do not all of them. You know, there's a good amount of them though that to some extent do glorify the drugs, and especially like pills. Like I think it's one thing to talk about like acid or weed. You know, like
Yeah.
things that like acid you talk about in a sense where it expands your mind. Like don't go
Yeah.
fucking do acid every day. You're gonna get fried.
course,
You know?
Yeah.
But like when you're talking about like some of these drugs that are just really they make you feel a certain way, but there is no like benefit to them besides the feeling, you know. And it's like
Just a high straight
yeah,
up.
it's just a high. And I think you're just promoting chasing this high. And I think I do worry about the younger generation and like the impacts of all the shit that's going on today is how they're gonna grow up. And we'll only see, but I don't know. I worry about that shit. And I encourage all people in the music industry or that create, whether it be film or art or music, you know, try to use your platform, especially if you have one, to promote positivity and, you know, maybe not try. And I don't think these people are necessarily trying to get kids addicted to drugs, but it is a lot of kids listening to their music, you know, especially high schoolers. And, you know, if you're talking about, oh, yeah, we just popped a Xan and did a whole line of lean, and now you have a whole fucking party of high schoolers
dude,
popping
that's not
Xans
cool.
and doing
Yeah.
lines of lean, like, you know, some shit's bound to happen.
up.
It's only a matter of time when you get off the Xans before shit just starts not adding up.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
Really,
drugs.
though.
Drugs aren't cool.
Yeah,
Should we leave it at that
weed.
or what? That was
Smoke
a,
some
Don't do
weed.
drugs.
yeah. I mean, that was a
Eddie, you have anything else you wanna talk about, promote, plug all your stuff, you know, real quick?
Dude, I mean, just go check out our new album, man. Go
Yeah.
check out our new album. I would love some honest feedback, you know. But yeah, check out. I'm actually probably gonna be dropping a solo album here a little shortly, probably like in a month or two. Keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be some hip hop vibes, of course, but I feel like I'm kind of going a certain different way, almost like a indie pop slash R&B kind of way. You know,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna be singing too much, but just the vibes are gonna be almost going that way. But be on the lookout for that
For sure.
Yeah, Wasteland Records. Check out me exl.702 on Instagram. All
have
Greens
Twitter?
Media.
Do you have Twitter?
So I just got onto Twitter. I don't follow a lot of people.
you should get on Twitter.
But I want to say it's the same thing. exl.702. The same
Okay.
thing on TikTok. I don't go too much on TikTok either, but I'm trying to get used to it, you know, because I don't go on Facebook and Instagram and promote too much, but I see a lot of people go on Twitter and like TikTok, and that's a new way of fucking promoting stuff.
Yeah,
So
especially TikTok, because you get so many views just
Yeah.
because it's so slow. But hell yeah, Eddie, thank you for coming on.
Dude,
We're gonna link
for having me.
everything,
We'll link whatever you want
everything
below.
that is possibly able to be linked will be linked down there. Everybody, thanks for listening to High Expectations. More amazing guests on the way. Lots of shenanigans with Donny and Jake per usual. Eddie, fuck yeah, thank you for coming on, dude. I
course,
appreciate
dude.
you. It's
Thanks
been a
for
really
having me,
been a
dude.
really great conversation. Glad we got to have this.
Yes.
I'm excited for the solo album, and I'm definitely myself about to go check out the group album that you guys have. What is it
Hell yeah.
called?
It's called Wasteland Presents Distant Brothers.
Distant Brothers. All
Yeah.
right, yeah. So go check that out for sure. Check out Eddie's social media. Show him some love. Show us some love. You know, we
Yes.
just hit 20 subscribers on YouTube, so we're breaking records. We're going big, and we are not going home. We risked it for the biscuit. This is hitting 500 views. All of our right socks are off.
Yep.
Appreciate the effort.
Yes, my
Nobody
right
has a.
sock's off.
Yeah, I can't get my leg up that
Neither
high.
can I.
But you know, I'm working. I'm trying to flex, or I'm trying to not flex. I'm trying to stretch a little bit more.
By showing my bare foot.
Donnie's barefoot
Dude,
is
he's
gonna bring us
flexing on
300
us right now.
views.
Flexing.
Views for the foot. That's it, guys. Thanks
I'm
for
gonna
listening.
play us out with. I believe this is the first song I ever heard of yours.
Play us out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
and
This,
we're
this
out.
is the big anthem. Everybody always asks me to perform this song, and I'm like, dude,
Really?
this song's like, yeah, dude, this song's
Is
like,
this an early song or no?
yeah, this is one of my
Okay.
first songs that I recorded at a studio, dude. This is like maybe like 2014, 2016, something like that.
That's
dude.
Hell yeah.
crazy.
I was gonna say when I first found out you were rapping, I think this is the first song I heard.
Yeah. The girls love it. Just cause it's a simple chorus. It's a simple hook, dude.
Yeah, chocolate waste.
That goes
Yeah,
back to
common
people wanting to
phrase.
sing shit, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes the simplest music's the best.
Moves. And see, I feel like that's super catchy.
Yeah, it's a bop.
This is the song with the homie inside. Shout out to him.
Oh man. I accidentally hit next, so I mean, we
Okay.
can technically listen to another song if we want.
We're playing it out.
We're
You
We're
playing
gonna
know?
listen to the whole album. Stay
Hell
tuned
yeah.
for another hour.
How long do we even record for?
Almost 2 hours. Hour
Yes,
50.
Hey, there we go.
That's pretty solid.
I was about to say, I try and get us like on the downward, like the slow towards about 2 hours just in case, but
Yeah,
we'll go for 5 hours sometimes
fuck it.
in the future.
Oh
We
my
will.
gosh, we'll have to just stream that though. If we're doing 5 hours, like we have to plan
Yeah,
that.
dude.
You guys gotta let me know because I'm definitely gonna have to piss in between.
I was gonna say I almost have to piss right now. But I, was talking about it. Like, I feel like we're almost getting to the end of it. I was like, I can hold it.
This-
I've been holding it for like 30
This is the
minutes.
end right here. High Expectations with XL Eddie from Wasteland. He's doing a lot of things. Hand in
sir.
many pots. Money on the way.
Yes, sir.
Album on the way.
Yes, sir.
Good times.